with us, check the feed real quick. We'll get rocking and rolling. All right. Yes, sir. There we go. Hey, Shalom out there.
Shalom.
All right, GMS Charlotte, back at you with another live camp for the Spirit of Power, Yahweh Shema Shah. Before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Akakmadash. They double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom. Shalom to the elect. All right. So, hey, man, we're going to get right into this thing, man. We are the people of the book, man. All right? And once again, that argument has came back up about who the true biblical Israelites are, man. And it ain't hard to tell, man. All right? We are the people of the book. The curses, the prophecies pertain to us, man. All right? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Hispanic, man. All right? You are the biblical Israelites. Real quick, before we open up what we was holding, go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Right? There's always been a chosen lineage since the beginning of time, going all the way back to Adam, to the sons of God, man. All right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power.
Right, and you Israelites represent that holy people, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics, you are the holy people of the book, whether you believe it or not, whether you accept it or not, man. Go ahead.
That's right. Continuing on, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right, so the Israelites are a special people unto the Lord himself, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It's like above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, so the Israelites are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's the scriptures, man.
That's right.
So that's what you would consider racist.
Right.
But guess what? Our powers are racist.
That's right.
Right? Meaning he's simply for his people.
That's right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
All right? He's for his people, the Israelites. He said that you would be a special people above all nations upon the face of the earth, man.
That's right.
That's why, hey, when it comes to Jake, which is short for Jacob, our people are great in everything, man.
Right.
All right? Athletics, music, arithmetic, academics, all that, man.
Everything that Israel puts their mind to, we excel at, man. When it shows you that we gotta be the Lord's people, man.
That's it. Any more in there? Was that it?
That was it.
Yeah, so we're in a time, man, you know, especially getting at you 1948 is you small hats, man. See, right now, that whole spirit of I'm an Edomite and what I say is right, that shit don't fly no more.
That's right.
That it don't hold weight no more. Just because you're a so-called white man and what you say it's not gospel.
That's right.
Right? That's played out right now, man. Because there's abundance, there's too much evidence out there, all right, that these people that are in the land of Israel today are not the biblical Jews, man.
Right.
Matter of fact, let's get there. I got a couple points here. So this is out of the 1925 Jewish Encyclopedia, Volume 5, page 41. It reads, it says, Esau Edom is modern day Jewry. All right? It says, strictly speaking, it is incorrect to call an ancient Israelite a Jew or to call a contemporary Jew an Israelite or Hebrew. This is out of your own Jewish encyclopedia. Let's read some more. It says, and this is from the Encyclopedia Judaica 1971, Volume 10, verse part 23. It says, Edomite Jews began to call themselves Hebrews and Israelites in 1860, right? So there's no getting around the facts, man, all right? So what's going on right now, especially with Vocab Malone and Dr. Brown, these devils are playing off the ignorance of the people's ignorance when it comes to the scriptures.
Right.
See, these devils know that people don't read the Bible, all right? They go off of heresy. What they heard, things that was told to them. People don't actually do any study, any research. So these devils, they play off the ignorance of the people, but they're not going to fool the very elect. All right? We have the truth. You understand?
Quick precept. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You see that? So these devils here, that's why scripture say, never trust thine enemy. You see that? So you going back to what the elder said, you may have, these wicked, simple Jake out here, that may believe that you chose people, but hey man, you ain't got us deceived, man. We know exactly who the hell you are. Scripture say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, right? And who controls the earth, man? You damn Edomites. You see that? So, so this devil here, he speaks lies. So everything that he says, don't trust the damn thing that he says. He is not the chosen people. He is the wicked. He's going into captivity.
Scriptures tell you to prove all things.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, if you are the chosen people that you claim to be, then prove it.
That's right.
Okay, that's what we do. We go into the scripture and show you through prophecy how we fit the description of the chosen lineage, man.
That's right.
You Amalekites just go off of a piece of paper. The Balfour Declaration, man. We actually do prophecy, because that's the lesson we went into before we started the camp. All right? Prophecy details on the situation the Israelites will be in the end time prophecy, man.
That's it. And like the brother said, I always quote it because it's true. All right? This nigga lied to the planet and put himself up as the image of the Messiah, as the Most High. Right. So if he lied about this, you got to question every goddamn thing, man.
Everything.
You got to question everything, man.
Okay.
All right? So like I was saying, as I was bringing out this information here, all right, dealing with these 48ers, all right, these small hats, it's all on the record, man. Right? Would Dr. Brown and Vocab Malone touch on these facts?
Yeah.
That's in their own so-called Jewish encyclopedia. Right? But hey, as the prophecy stated, give me that, Job 15:6.
This is Job 15:6. It says, thine own mouth condemneth thee,
Yep.
and not I, yea, thine own lips testify against thee.
Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah, your own lips testify against you, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. He put the spirit on these devils to reveal themselves, man. Like the guy, what's his name, author Kosler,
Yeah.
that wrote the
13th tribe.
the 13th tribe, that wrote the other guy that wrote who was Esau Edom. I forgot his name, man. I think it's Wiseman or something like that. Charles Wiseman, something around them lines. Right, they killed the first guy, but the thing is, the Lord put the spirit, and these are actually 1948ers that revealed this information.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is that, as we read the scripture, it said that thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Thy own lips testify against thee.
Right.
So all the information is coming out on who is the true biblical Israelites, man. All right? You have something I can give me Psalm 64 in verse 6, and then we hit that Romans 8:16. All right? Psalm 64 and 6, because even like Elder Apostle Gabar had mentioned in his lesson, here it is, these people are supposed to be the true biblical Jews, the Israelites, right? But they didn't feel Isaiah the 2nd chapter. They didn't fulfill Micah 4, right?
They didn't fulfill Ezekiel 37.
Come on, man.
When in the so-called Ish people's history have they ever went out on the highways and byways with the 12 tribes chart and proclaimed the end of Babylon the Great?
Right.
Yeah. Because according to them, they're in the promised land, right? Where's the Messiah at?
Exactly. Where's King David at?
That's right.
Where's the 144,000 at if you're supposed to be the chosen people?
Why is there still war?
Right.
Because you're supposed to be in the second covenant. That means that if you're the people, then you can't die. It's people that died during COVID.
That's right. I want to say when they wind up going over there, I want to say war broke out. The
Nice.
very
Nice.
yeah, exactly. So how can you be the chosen people, man?
Make it make sense.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Right, jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8, Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. It reads, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Right, so like we said, this information that's being presented here is readily available. All right? In your own so-called Jewish encyclopedias, there's books everything that's out there, the research is out there on who really is the true Israelites.
That's right.
Read it again, huh?
This is the book of Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. Some thou shalt make so they shall make their own tongue and fall upon themselves.
Right.
All that see them shall flee away.
All that see them shall flee away because hey, this is the worst time to be an Edomite.
That's right. Okay.
This is it, man.
That's right.
The realization is starting to hit them that they're damned. You know, we're out here prophesying the future of the Edomites. Now they're seeing like if what they're saying is true, then we're fucked.
Yep.
And that's what it is. The fear is starting to set in, man.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why you got to sit guys like Vocab alone
Right.
out there to come against us. You're supposed to be a Christian apologist, but when you go on his damn channel, he got Hebrew Israelites all in the title, man.
Yeah.
You know, showing you that the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing with that.
He's upset.
That's it.
That's right.
Here's a quick quote. This is from H.G. Wells. He said the Idumeans, the Edomites, were made Jews in a Turkish people. Khazars were mainly Jews in South Russia. The main part of Jewry was never in Judea and had never come out of Judah. Too many cuts, man.
That's right.
All right, give me Romans 8 and 16.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and we'll read verse 16. It reads, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit
That's right.
that we are the children of the Most High.
Right, so the Spirit bear witness with our spirit that we are the sons of the true living power, man.
Right.
All right, and that's through what? Through faith. All right, we don't need no goddamn ancestry test, man. No DNA. Because all that shit is fraudulent anyway, man. It's all compromised, man. We know that through the Spirit. All right? We've been tapped in through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Awashai, and we identify with the prophecies, man. That's how we know.
What was the point you made about the cars? You said something about the cars, right?
Yeah, or the quote.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it again. This quote is from H.G. Wells. He said, the Idumeans, the Edomites, were made Jews, and a Turkish people, Khazars, were mainly Jews in South Russia. The main part of Jewry was in the. It says the main part of Jewry, Salakia, the main part of Jewry never was in Judea, and had never come out of Judea.
Right. So here's the history behind what you just said. This is dealing with Kogar and Bulan of Khazaria. It says Bulan was a Khazar king who led the conversion of the Khazars to Judaism in 740 AD. Surrounded by Muslim and Christian forces, being a pagan nation made him a target for invasion.
Right.
For safety, he decided to convert his kingdom to a neutral belief of Judaism, and since the original Hebrew people were lost, taking their identity and hiding as pagan rituals and language within the Hebrew characters, which is known as Yiddish, would be easy.
That's heavy.
In the Sketcher letters, I don't know if I
And that's why they add those. That's why they added those Masorite vowel points to further confound the language.
Right. It says in the Sketcher letters, Khazar King Joseph traces his lineage back to King Bulan and explains the reform of Khazar ruler Obadiah, responsible for much of the kingdom's Jewish conversion. Today's so-called Jews are descendants of the Khazars and have no blood ties to the Hebrews of the Bible.
Man,
They are clearly hidden their identity from the outside world while inwardly continuing their pagan worship of the god Rephaim, also called Molech, worshiping the star of Rephaim, which they now call the Star of David, and was the seal used to identify Khazaria. With their false identity, they've gained control of much of the world's leading industry.
man, that's heavy, man. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. That's them.
That's right.
As we went into the lesson on Wednesday. Hey, these are the princes of this world, man. Going back to these 48ers, man.
That's right.
So all the abundant scholarship and information that's out there exposing this, right? Guys like Vocab Malone and Dr. Brown will try to say that it's not authorized, it's not authentic,
Bogus.
it's all bogus, you know?
But it's history.
But it's history. It's facts,
That's right.
right? Hey, one thing that we do know, you can't get around facts.
Nah.
Facts over feelings, man. So we here to present you the truth.
Yeah. Hey, you have written these books to be your to be a witness against you, man. Like I said, a lot of things that we bringing out is your information, man.
That's
that
it.
you brought. Like I said, the Jewish Encyclopedia, that's from your scholars, man.
That's it.
The Psalms of the Bible, that's from your scholars, man. So everything we're using your information to prove Yes, you are liars.
Yep. Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I.
That's it.
Thy own lips testify against you. Right? Let's read that Romans 8:16 again.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit
That's it.
that we are the children of the Most High.
Yeah, the Spirit bear witness with us that we are the children, that we are the sons of the true living power, man. All right? Because, hey, when the Great Awakening took place, all right, in Revelation 11th chapter, that was spiritual.
Yeah.
It said that the breath entered back into them.
Just as in the time of Adam, man. That breath went what? The whole law. So what more so now, man? We have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the comforter. And this is why, and like when you quoted it, this is why they so afraid, man. As a brother, me and Priest Tassawan went in last night.
Right.
They afraid because they see that's power within them, man. There's power within the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. This is why you see everything the way it's going now, man. Right. And that argument they were trying to present was straight fucking bogus, man. It was garbage, man. I was highly disappointed that a lot of like, you call yourself a man of law, you should have stick to the scripts, man. He had a lot of points that he was bringing out. Then he quoted Ezekiel the 36th chapter, and he should have started cutting them up with the own scriptures he's quoting, man.
Yeah, we're going to get into that too. We're going to hit that Ezekiel 36, right? But the point of that, once again, we don't need no ancestry test, no DNA results, man.
That's right.
All right, give me that real quick.
This is 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. Avoid profane and vain babbling
Yep.
and opposition of science falsely so called.
Yeah, so the reason why I brought that scriptures out, man, because we ain't got to deal with no DNA testing.
That's right.
All right, we know this through faith.
Yes.
All right, these devils talking about they can trace their lineage back. All right, to what does he say?
To the Y chromosome.
Somebody in Italy or something like that.
Yeah.
Apostle Rambam was going into that.
It started with an L, the
Right.
Lepesic family or something like
So
that.
can you trace the lineage back from that?
So like I say, what we just read in that history, it says your line has no blood ties to the original Hebrew people.
Right.
So that shows you that.
So that cuts all that,
Come on, man.
right?
I got a quick piece of it.
Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16.
The
The
Spirit
Spirit
brought out.
itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Shah, man. And that's what you see, man. And even he brought us some good points. To the curses, man. The curses, what curses are cleaving to them small hats over there, man? You did not bring out one point of that. But you can look at the hood itself. You can look at the Negro man, Hispanic man, and Native American itself, and that's the curses cleaving to them,
And
man.
bear witness, man.
Yeah.
Amalek ain't no turmoil, man.
How is he oppressed?
How?
Yeah. He gets a check every fucking year.
What do you need to be saved from? That's the question.
This nigga own everything.
Exactly.
That's why they went at Kanye so hard when he brought out the fact that the J Dubs own Hollywood. They own everything, and everybody was like, no, they don't. No, we don't. And you look at the history. Majority of the media, all the media is owned by 6 major Jewish companies.
Yep. Can't get around it,
The
man.
big 6.
Get that Isaiah 10 and 20. All right, because like I said earlier, you know, that whole I'm an Edomite and what I say is right, that shit don't hold weight no more, man. You got it.
Colossians 2:8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after tradition of men,
Right.
after the rudiments of the world, and not after the Mashiach. Because at the end of the day, man, these devils are trying to play on the ignorance of our people because they don't know our history, man. They don't know, you know, what led us to this point to where we were lost as a people, man. You know, so Esau has put all this bullshit out here. Yeah, you can trace your ancestry, but that shit is not accurate.
Right.
Because they tell you, Jake do that. You go back to some African, you know, in Africa. Every black person that do that shit go back to some African country.
Right.
That's not all the case because not all the tribes went to Africa. Man.
Right,
We're all over the world. Man.
Right, and that's why they feeling the pressure because you had the ADL, they on Breakfast Club, they try to go inside the Jet community to push that whole philosophy, we got to stop anti-Sem, right, all that. But here it is, you got niggas fighting, you know, to stop so-called anti-Sem, which is all bullshit. Let me read this. This is from Charlotte Alioni, former Israeli cabinet member. This is what she said. She said, anti-Sem, it's a trick. We always use it to stifle legitimate criticism of Jews and Zionists in Israel. This is what she said.
That's what you call cancel culture.
You know?
Remember the one lady said that? She said they all have a committee
Yeah.
and they all speak
Exactly.
on who they want to cancel.
That's called the so-called Jewish Sanhedrin.
Yeah.
They have their own council and government behind the scenes, man.
But when you go to the scriptures, Israel wouldn't have no savior though. We wouldn't be able to do things like anything like that, man. So how are you able to have a committee to set up who you want to cancel if they speak against you, man? Where's the committee for the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man? We have none, man.
Yeah.
Because all our neighborhoods are being robbed and spoiled by you goddamn heathens.
Exactly. And this is what else she said. She said it's a trick when it comes to anti-Semitism. She said it's a trick. We always use it. She said when from Europe, if someone is criticizing Israel, we bring up the Holocaust. When in this country, the United States, people are criticizing Israel, then they are anti-Shem. See that? So anybody that has any type of criticism of the prophecies or who they are, they're gonna bring that up.
Yep.
That's their they fail safe. They get out of jail free card and shit.
I got a
All right?
I got a word come out of this. The word is deflect. It means to cause something or to change direction by interposing something, turn aside from a straight course. You see that? So these devils here, every time we try to go into, telling them exactly who we are, the first thing they want to do, just like Elder say, go into the Holocaust and all that. These devils here, all they're trying to do is deflect. They know they're going to go into hardcore captivity. So what they're doing is they're being very desperate, trying to make it seem like they're the chosen people. And they, man, you see us out here on the highways and byways, man. The curses fit us. You see that? Not them. So how the hell can these people be the people? Right? Somebody going into slavery.
That's it.
See that?
I got it real quickly. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 37. But let your communication be, yeah, yeah, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these come of evil. So let your yea be yea, your nay be nay, man. If quit trying to deflect from what the questions are, man. Because that's what you seen on that panel when you watched it yesterday. You seen a lot of deflections. You bringing up things that have nothing to do with the questions that's being asked. Right. Let your yea be yea, your nay be nay,
Exactly.
man.
Prove all things.
That's right.
Hey, we got proof on you. You were the one that financed the slave trade.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, and you were the one that made millions off of making Jake pick cotton. You financed that. All fingers point back to you when it comes to the oppression of the Israelites. But when in history that had that ever done to you, because that whole Auschwitz, Hollow Hope, that's just been debunked. That's right. All right, that was a resort where them Amalekites was over there having fun. Had their own, theaters and all type of art, pools.
They was living good.
They was living lavish, man.
Yeah.
So all that 6 million Jews, that was all bullshit. Cause it wasn't even 6 million y'all back then for them to do all that in that short amount of time, man.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is have common sense. That's why they dumb everybody down so people don't think no more, man.
Yeah, and that's why critical race theory here in America is one of the main topics on the books. They have to shun that shit. With that critical race theory, you're bringing up their history. You're bringing up the atrocities they have done to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. This is why you have kids like over in I think it was Mississippi walking out of school and shit like that, protesting. Alabama, they protesting. Because when it comes to Esau don't want to bring up the atrocities that he's done to the tribe.
Right.
Yeah. They said, we can't talk about nothing between 1970 or something like that.
Yeah. Alabama, they weren't allowed in the school system. They weren't allowed to learn any history that went past like 1970 or some shit like that. 1960. They couldn't go beyond that because they know once you start going beyond that, you're gonna start getting into the knowledge of this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the main reason why they don't want the CCR coming out because they're gonna see a lot of their grandparents or their great grandparents in the pictures, man. Because now with Esau's technology, you can trace back, the people's to the name.
Yeah,
the pictures to the name down. So they don't want their ancestors being traced back to them.
They don't want to rise to Jake's up too. They're young, because you already know them little Z's right there, they through. And get more little information like that of what they've been doing to them, man. Come on.
Like how Jake was in the Rising King, right?
It was kind of like how they caught Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
He was in that little race riot thing. They caught him when he was like fucking 12 years old. He tried to act like he didn't know what was going on and shit.
Exactly. Why you there then?
Exactly.
Why you there?
Exactly.
Why do you come on?
That was a family event to hang a nigga, man. That's why they call picnic.
Right? You got something out? If not, give me Isaiah 10, 20. Give me that Romans 9, start at verse 20, 25. Read on down.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote.
Right, so this is what's happening. This is why these devils are in great fear. Because, the remnant of Israel are no longer leaning upon him that smote him. That's why I said earlier, man, that whole shit about you so-called white and whatever I say is right, that shit is played the fuck out.
That's right.
All right, that don't mean shit no more, man.
Yeah.
Now you got the elect waking up, and they actually doing the research.
That's right.
All right, they're finding things out. They're no longer leaning upon these lies.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
Continuing on. We shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel.
Right, so now they're no longer leaning upon the lies of the so-called white man. Now they're leaning upon the Holy One of Israel and the Spirit of truth.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 22, it's like verse 21. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power.
Yeah, the remnant shall return, man. Even the remnant of Jacob. And that's why I said earlier, these devils, they play off the ignorance of Jacob.
That's right.
Right, but the scriptures say that what? That the elect will not be deceived.
That's right.
All right?
They play out Jacob motions, man.
That's it.
That's what scriptures say that simply believe it.
That's it, man.
That's why Esau's media is one of his main tools that he uses
Absolutely.
to pretty much fool our people, man. Because like you said, Esau sensationalizes, everything, the rise up emotion, to take the heat off of them, man.
Right.
He started talking about, hey, millions of his people got murdered, all this, and it rise up emotion, make you feel sorry for them. Nobody feels sorry for you niggas, man.
Hey, scripture say in Job that he should be chased out of the world.
That's right.
And how is that started? It started with the prophecies of him being revealed.
Right.
Right?
You're the most hated people on the planet, man. Let's be honest about
Greatly,
that.
hey, the scripture say you should be greatly despised. Right?
Despise amongst all nations.
All nations.
All nations.
Go ahead.
Because they have tasted the bloodshed of this devil, man.
Come.
All nations have tasted the bloodshed of these goddamn people.
Well, hey, going back to Cain, get that real quick. All that see me will want to slay me. Give me that. Genesis the 4th chapter. Because that's what's going on now in the spirit.
Right.
Right?
Genesis 4 and I'm gonna start at
Start up.
I thought, yeah, 10.
Yeah, start up where you want.
It says, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
Right, and you know what's heavy? We brought this out last week. We got the Josephus at the crib, and we read the account of this verse here, and it said that Cain slaughtered his brother Abel and hid his body.
That sounds like
That's an Edomite.
That's an Edomite.
Yeah.
Is that not?
It
That's
said
right. He has a show, How to Get Away with Murder.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It said that he hid his brother's corpse. See, that's Edomite activity all day. That's the spirit of Edomite, man.
These niggas have perfected hiding bodies, man.
Jake be fucking
Hey,
up.
you gotta knock the teeth out, cut the fingers and toes off. You
Yeah.
gotta identify himself. Esau's the master of that shit.
Put him in some acid or some
Yeah.
shit.
Like
Jake
Breaking Bad.
Jake be fucking up doing that shit, man.
All you
Jake
gotta
don't
do
know how
is
to
look
do
at
that.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
And what he did, cutting
Right.
Jake up, right? Putting him in the ash like how you brothers saying. These are the traits of the Edomites.
That's an Edomite, man. He
You know?
slaughtered. He killed his brother and hid the corpse. That's in the Josephus, man. You can read it. Go ahead.
And now art thou, it's like, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
Yeah, his spirit was crying out. Go ahead.
And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from
Yep.
thy hand.
Uh-huh.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
And that's why the earth is in this state of dysfunction.
Yeah.
All right. It said that it wouldn't yield its true strength.
Fighting against it.
It's fighting against this world is being ruled over by the wicked, man.
Yeah. Groaning every day, as the scripture says.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Yeah, fugitive and a vagabond, man. All right. Go ahead.
I got the word vagabond, and it means to move to and fro, wanderer.
The wandering Jew.
The wandering Jew.
That's why Esau, he has ran through the whole world trying to hide himself. He has spread his seed amongst all the nations to try to hide himself.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to get rid of that leper skin. So he went and started dealing with the different heathens to get that pigment back, man.
Yeah.
So now you can't tell who a lot of these damn Edomites and think themselves are, man. But we know through the spirit who you are now.
Yeah, and he can in his own tongue condemn himself because they got a book. That's me, I was laughing with the elder. This is the wandering Jew, because they've been kicked out of every nation.
Everywhere they go.
Everywhere they go, they get kicked out. For what? For the abomination that they commit.
Because Cain came out of the land of Nod, right?
Yep.
Which means to wonder, if I'm not
The
mistaken.
wonder.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's all spiritual. Read on.
Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, that's like 13, and came unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I could bear.
Yep.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth,
Yep.
and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay thee.
Yeah, see that? And it's the same thing that's going on now in the spirit, man.
Right.
Now he's being revealed of being the Edomite,
Yeah.
the wicked.
It's like,
No,
he
you good.
went so far to where he tried to disguise with the mark of Cain and talking about the damn mark on the forehead and shit. No,
Yeah.
nigga. The mark of Cain is is your leopard skin, man.
Yeah.
Why we look at you white people out here and we see your blood through your skin? That's the mark of Cain.
It's
man.
unnatural.
Yeah, because it's
don't have
unnatural.
melanin.
It's unnatural for you to just stand in the sun and get burned up. That's off.
That shows you that the earth is fighting against you, man.
That's it.
Because the earth, it gave us melanin to absorb sunlight.
Yep.
It hates you, man.
Yeah, vitamin D, the nutrients, they build and strengthen your bones and your skin.
Melatonin.
Melatonin.
Not melatonin, serotonin.
Yeah, and that's how you know he cursed, because he have what, like the elder went into, he have melanin complexes, man.
Yep.
Why you think they're doing that? Because they know they're cursed people.
Yeah, melanin is the highest, trading thing on the black market.
Yeah,
Man.
I already
That
know.
shit worth fucking millions,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Who's bondage? Esau, because
Esau.
he lacks it, man.
That's it.
I have this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. And that's damn Esau, man. That's coming, man. That curse of Cain is about to be in full effect when our hell break loose. And it's gonna be on your ass, man.
Right. The Lord, sorry.
No, can go no jump, man.
I say the Lord is pretty much opening everybody's eyes to show you that you're the devil, man. So now everybody is about to be on your ass in that day, man. Hey, when the Lord fully opens the eyes of 2/3, they're gonna be that's why Esau's scared. That's why he bought all the guns and the ammunition up, because they know that once this society breaks down, ain't no food in the grocery stores, niggas gonna be running up in houses, man. They're gonna go to all the rich neighborhoods and spoiling your goods, man.
That's it.
And the other heathen as well, man.
That's right.
Real quick, this Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put out his curses upon thy enemies, and upon them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. But that's what you're seeing. All the curses are starting to cleave to these Edomites, the so-called white people, man. This is why you're seeing the other nations are angry with them. This is why you're seeing they're preparing to go to war with these devils, because they see all the atrocities that these devils been doing, man, since they've been in rulership.
Hey, all eyes on E right now, man.
Yeah.
He's being heavily scrutinized, man, because you don't fulfill the prophecies of the book.
That's right.
See that? This is what the world is beginning to understand. This is why the talks are, and like you said earlier, Kanye West, he popped back up in the media again.
Yep.
There's an article I read today how he's back in the media, and it says he's talking about the so-called Jews again.
Yep.
So really, that's what? More distractions, right? More distractions, more excuses so they can make to push forward their anti-Sem.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because hey, the evidence is abundant.
Yeah.
You know?
They said that ever since Kanye came out the first time, there's been a rise in anti-Semitism.
Yep.
But then nobody messes with them. They got their own community. You know, they don't nothing happens to them. So it's all a farce, man.
That's it.
They have the crisis actors come
propaganda.
together and put these down, false flags down on them. But it's all to further the influence of making that anti-Sem talk so the Hebrew Israelites can be blamed for everything.
That's their covering.
Deflect.
The deflect, 'cause that was part of the new. That's what they said at the World Economic Forum. Do not be surprised over here in the Western nations that hate speech will be on the legislation.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's the main point. This is why they have Kanye doing what he's doing. So, like the elder said, they be justified of coming down with that hammer, man.
And that's why it's no coincidence they said over the land of Israel, they're trying to outlaw the teaching of the Bible, man.
That's it.
So they're tired of getting exposed.
Yeah. Hey, these small hats, they're behind the scenes controlling the narrative that goes out on social media, man. This is why this is why we hear the talks about misinformation. All right, cracking down on hate speech. The regulations, anti-Sem on the rise, all these different things, because eventually, hey, this is the time where the son of perdition will be revealed.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And if I can add to just throwing this out there, man. The scriptures talk about how this devil here, he would become a man of the field, man.
Right.
When you think about Esau, Edom, this devil here, it's like a competition for him to sport animals, or it's sport for him to hunt animals, man. You don't see Jake doing none of that, man. So this damn devil, he is being exposed on all high levels. You see that? And it's the prophets that's doing so, and we are exposing this devil for who the hell he is.
That's right.
I got a real quick one, because this going into how they're about to start to try to demonize the men of the Lord for calling out their actions, accusing our brother, right?
Right, that's
This,
right.
this Isaiah chapter 29, verse 21. That they make a man a offender for the word and lay a snare for him that reprove in the gate. We'll read it again. Isaiah 29, verse 21. This is recap. That they make a man an offender for the word and lay a snare for him that rebuketh in the gate.
Right, right. So now that you're telling the truth, right, you become a target. You're an offender for the word, man.
Right.
You know? Anymore?
And it says, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught.
Right. So this is what this is what we're telling you, man. Now that this this information is out here, now we're public enemy number one.
Yeah.
Because really it's us. We're really coming against the establishment, man. The status quo, right? Those that are in power, right? Scriptures say that with that this world is the prince of this world is going to be cast down. And how is he being cast down? By the word, man.
Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil, making himself a prey.
He that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, man. Right? And that's including all those that's watching the videos, because Esau got everything categorized, marked, and checked. Right? What you research, what you typing in, all that.
Google search, all that shit on there.
They got it all categorized. This is the devil, man.
You can't get around it. Man. You go on the private browser. Go, they still looking.
They still looking.
Ain't nothing secret with this devil, man.
Right. So that's why we got to be prepared to be demonized and persecuted, man. This is what Yahweh Shah warned us of, that we would be brought forth before kings and rulers for his name's sake, man. Right?
If I may add, if you just type in your YouTube channel just on Google, right? These devils, they watch. They know exactly who you are and all of that, man. So yeah, man. This word is getting to these devils to the point where they have to deflect.
Yeah.
I got a quick.
I got a little bit more.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
It says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil, making himself a prey, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So the Lord's he's about to bring this judgment upon you devils for your lives, man, and for how you're, misrepresenting him. Because for you to say that you're the people of the Lord, and you're out here promoting Satan, man. The Lord, he don't take kindly to that, man.
That's right.
Right.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain.
And this is what we're doing, man. We're lifting up the banner, man. Because when you go in Isaiah 62 and 10, man, it speaks on the standard. And the standard and the banner is the same thing. It's the scriptures, man. This is what we're lifting in the high mountain. Esau, Edom, his government, his establishment, man.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Continuing on, exalt the voice of them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates.
We're proclaiming judgment to these devils, man. We're telling them what the Lord's about to do, man. We're in the gates of the nobles, on the highways and hedges, in all major cities, telling you what the Lord's about to do to you and your empire, man. And telling you 2/3 niggas that want to join hands with this devil, you will die here in America, man. Thus say the scriptures, man. And this is why they're upset, man.
Let me add on to that. Obadiah 1 and 21. All right. Because these people that hold the positions of power, like the brother said, they watching. They're watching all the videos. And then what's happening? They're being condemned. And as they're being condemned, they're creating more decrees and more laws to combat the word, man. Right? Like the brother said, that's why there's talks about eventually coming down upon those that are teaching the scriptures, man. That are out here on the streets. All right?
Didn't they speak? They got like something in the books going on over in the land of Israel
Yep,
right
yep.
now.
That's what I said earlier. They're trying to ban the Bible.
Because, hey, that's guilt. You don't fit the scriptures.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 21. And saviors shall come upon Mount Zion.
And saviors shall come upon Mount Zion. That's the prophets. All right? That word saviors, I believe, goes back to judges, offenders, defenders, Salaki. Go ahead.
Verse 21, and saviors shall come upon Mount Zion to
Yep.
judge the mountain of
You
Esau.
see that? To judge the mountain of Esau. Mountains represent major governments.
Right.
So the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, what are they doing? They're pronouncing judgment on the mount of Esau, man.
Right.
All right? We're here to tell you that that his system is going down. You devils are about to be cast out.
That's right.
The scriptures told us in Ezekiel 35 to set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. You see? Let me add some more in there. So once again, this is out of your own so-called Jewish website, the Times of Israel, right? It says, here's some various articles they put out on their own. It says, Times of Israel, it says, no such thing as a white European Ashkenazi Jew. They put that on their own site.
Damn.
There's another one. This is from the Ford, which is another 48er website. It says, no, Ashkenazi Jews are not functionally white. There's another one from Times of Israel. Yes, Ashkenazi Jews, including Gal Gadot, which I believe that's the chick that played Wonder Woman, right? It says, yes, Ashkenazi Jews, including Gal Gadot, are people of color, right? It says, here's another one from Times of Israel. It says, Ashkenazi Jews are not white. Response to Haaretz's article. Here's a little bit more, all right? This is from, this is out of the H.G. Wells, The Outline of History, 3rd edition, Macmillan, 1921, page 494. So it says, the best historical evidence, therefore, shows that the Jews are not descended directly from the Israelites of the Bible, but derive much of their ancestry from the Khazars and other people of Turkish, Asiatic blood.
Goes back to what I brought out earlier, like history, man.
Yup. It says the Khazars are also of Edomite stock, and both stocks make up the present-day Jews, as the historian H.G. Wells states. He said, once again, the Idumeans, Edomites, were made Jews, a Turkish people. Khazars were mainly Jews of South Russia. The main part of Jewry never was in Judea and had never come out of Judea. According to the Jewish Encyclopedia, the original stock of Khazars came from the land of Edom. Ooh-wee! Will Dr. Brown the vocab belong going to that? Hell no.
Hell no.
I just typed in on Google the Romans was Idumeans, right? So the first thing that popped up, this is from the Torah.com. Esau, the ancestor of Rome.
Ooh, man.
It
Esau, the ancestor of Rome. Rome is Edom. Where are we at? Rome 2.0.
Right? It says in the Bible, Esau was the ancestor of the Edomites who lived on Mount Seir, southwest of Judah.
Yep.
So how did the rabbis come to associate Esau and Edom with Rome? Two main factors are here at work: Christianity and Herod.
Because Herod was he was a Amalekite too, and it was multiple Herods too, right?
You know, that was the main point.
That's it.
It goes into history.
Come.
And if I may add, if you notice the guy, what's his name, Vocab Malone, he never goes into the Apocrypha. You see that? Because you go into the Apocrypha, it talks about how these damn devils, how they pretty much Hellenized the Israelites, man. You see that? It talks about how pretty much how they came, and also they did this here, man. They painted themselves up like Serapis Christos.
Flip it over, bro.
Like Serapis Christos and all of that, man. You know, who's responsible for this? They'll never really talk about this here, man. You see that? So I just wanted to grab that, you know, because, you know, this devil here, he has a lot to pay for it, man. You know, and scriptures say, if I can grab it.
Yeah, get it real quick.
Yeah, this is the book. This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3, and verse 48. And it says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likenesses of their images. You see that? So this devil here, he even painted himself like the judges, like the angels, like the Most High himself. And also when you go into the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, it talks about even further, man.
Get that.
Come on.
It's the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Put that image up.
Yes.
Come. And it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
Turn around.
Yes.
Read it again. Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof.
He covereth the faces of the judges. Who are the judges, man? The Heavenly Father, His Son, the prophets, the angels, man. He covered that up with the term iconoclasm, right? He whitewashed all the images of the Heavenly Father, His Son, the prophets, all right, and the angels. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is
Right, so if this man ain't the devil, right? Who is he?
Yep.
Where he at?
And then too, it said the earth is given into the hands of the. You see that?
Right.
So who is in control of the earth right now?
Right.
Who makes the laws? Right? Who does this? As a matter of fact, when you want to fly, no matter where you at around the world, you have to speak what? English. You see that? So this person that controls the or this person that controls the earth is the wicked.
Yeah.
You see that? So how can this devil here be the chosen people?
Hey, but even going into, you know, other parts of what Esau goes into as far as the medical industry, the judicial system, all that, what language they operate under? Latin.
Yeah.
It goes back to what? Greek.
Yeah.
It's like the Roman.
I got one more. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And that goes back to this damn freak, goddamn Cesare Borgia, man. That's what took place, man. That's showing you that the Bible speaks for itself, man.
Really goes back to Serapis Christos.
Serapis Christos.
Right, during the time of Ptolemy, man.
Yep.
In Alexander, Egypt.
Yep.
Right, when he had his son set up a totally Soter one. All right, he had his son set up as the Messiah.
And that lot came right back within the same damn
Exactly,
thing again, man.
exactly, man.
So that whole thing with the Edomites being done away with and all that, no, man,
They still here.
because Yahweh Shai said that he was going to come back, and these same people would be in rulership, man.
That's the spirit how you bring it out, man. Because we can trace your lineage back in the scriptures to show you go back to Esau, man.
That's right.
Real quick, this Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Right. It says there's no end of the people, man. So Esau's lineage has not been purged yet, man.
Nations are still here.
The nation, all 18 nations are still here today, man. You know, and just going into that real briefly. All right, this is it goes into the biblical lineage of Esau.
Yep.
Starting in Genesis 25 and 25, it says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And so it goes Genesis 26 and 12. It says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. Samuel.
The first of the nations. It said that the Amalek was the first of the nations.
Yep.
See, but his latter end should be perished forever, man.
And to get that real quick, what's the one that said Esau was Edom?
Oh, that's
It should be
I got it.
Genesis 36 and 1.
Just to add, just further, you know, add just to show you, we can trace your lineage back. Everybody's history is here, man. Whoever, go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Right, so Esau is Edom. All right, your name got changed to Edom. You're the Edomite. All right, the Edomite line never went away. So this is 1 Samuel 15 and 8. And he says he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, dealing with King Saul.
Yep, King Saul. Yep.
All right, so this is Esther chapter 3, verse 10. It says, and the king took his ring from his hand and gave it to Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. All right, so just going into the lineage, it says so. So just dealing with Haman, who's the Edomite. So going into the apocrypha extension of Esther, Esther 13 and 10, it says, for Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Hammedatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood. And then 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and 1, it says, and after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian. All right, so going showed you earlier in Esther, it says for Haman being a Macedonian. All right, he's an Edomite, so Alexander was an Edomite as well.
That was his father, right?
Philip.
Yep.
Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, and then he reigned in his stead, the first over Greeks. So it went from Esau all the way down to the Greeks. And we know the Greeks were Edomites. They were taken down by the Romans, who were also Edomites. When Rome fell, all right, Rome 2.0 was started back up during the Renaissance, was headed by who? The Edomites. So who ruled the world today?
That's it.
Who are known now as the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, DuPont, Getty, that 13, that bloodline.
That's it.
Red Shield.
Yep.
So Rockefeller goes down.
Red
into
Shield.
Red Shield.
Yep.
Because they changed their name from, what was it? Bayer, which means
Or
peasant.
Bauer.
Which means peasant. So Rockefeller, which
Meyer
Rothschild.
and Shell Bauer.
Yep.
So they know exactly where they come from, man.
But they don't want us to know their history, though.
Exactly, man.
All right, it's rare for Jake to know, all this history that we're bringing out, man. That this is years of research, that the elders and apostles have, brought out that we researched for ourselves and found to be true.
Hey, because back before all these regulations started on the YouTube, man, there was some heavy videos on
Let's bring out
YouTube
the
going
books.
into the history of these 48ers and whatnot, man. But they took all them videos down, man.
And made the books goddamn high as hell when you can't really purchase them.
Yeah, books be like $3,000, $5,000, man.
Books used to be like $10, $20, $30.
Exactly. Give me 2 Thessalonians real quick, and then we go to Romans 9 and 25 real quick. 2 Thessalonians 2.
This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2.
Start at verse 3.
Yes, sir. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
And that's the point. Like we started off the camp. The elect will not be deceived.
Right.
These devils, they play off the ignorance of Jake. The scriptures say, be not deceived, man.
Right.
We understand, we know. Go ahead.
Verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means.
That's right.
For that day shall not come except they come in falling away
And
first.
the fallen way came, going back to what, 70 AD, all right? Under that Roman siege, right? When we were scattered, all right? When we fell away from the land. Go ahead, we fell away as a nation. Go ahead.
Continue on. Except they come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
Now that man of sin is being revealed. All right? Go ahead.
The son of
The
perdition.
son of perdition, the Edomite, the son of doom and destruction. Read on.
Verse 4, who exalted himself, it's like who opposed and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High,
That's it.
or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sit up in the temple as the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah, as we brought out earlier, man, the iconoclasm, he put himself up as God, the image of Jesus Christ, a so-called pasty cracker.
That's right.
He put himself up as God, the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Right? He pushes science over the Most High. Right? He's proud through his technology.
That's right.
He's put himself in the position of God on earth.
That's right.
Right.
Go ahead.
Continuing on, verse 5. Remember ye not.
And you're seeing that, just add on to the elder's point, with the WEF, man.
Yeah.
They are literally establishing themselves up as the Most High, man.
That's right.
Because they want total control of everybody and everything in the world.
Through that sea hip.
Yep.
The sea hip is the ultimate game changer, man. Where he's gonna permanently own you, all right, and you're gonna be tracked. Everything that you do, your finances, everything,
Carbon tags.
your carbon tax, how you live, everything is gonna be watched and monitored, tracked.
They're going to know your thoughts.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the ultimate goal.
Right.
We here. We like, man, shit, we in what, a couple months out before they implement this CBDC.
Yeah,
When they
now.
implement this CBDC, that shit gonna come fast, man. Because everything else is just lining up for the Karagma. That's what this whole thing is about, lining up for the Karagma. You getting away from paper money and your so-called credit cards, and start using your apps, your Fed apps. And like I sent that video I sent you the other day, where Paul George and he was talking, they got the arena where you just walk in and it just scans. You ain't even got to bring nothing. They gonna scan you when you walk in at the new Clippers arena, and it's just gonna take off.
Yeah.
That's part of the beast system.
Exactly.
As soon as you walk into places, just like what was it, the Tom Cruise movie, and they already knew its sizes and Minority Report,
Yeah.
they knew its size and everything. That's what the system that he's implementing right before your face.
They're gonna have that technology inside your body.
Yep.
So all the systems set up, it's gonna be able to scan you and all that. You know?
Yeah. See, Jake don't realize that he said everything's going biometric. Bio means inside the body.
Yep.
You know?
And then if I may add, who's the one that's pushing that and promoting it? Esau Edom. See that? Further proving to you that he's the damn devil and he cannot be the chosen people, man.
That's it. Any more in there?
Let me see. That was it.
That's it. So give me that wrong because we had something.
Nah, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Romans 9:25. As he saith also in
Hosea.
Hosea. As he said also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people,
Yep.
and her beloved, which was not beloved.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was set up to them, you are not my people.
So where is the place where it's set up to us that we're not the Lord's people? All right? In America.
I hear.
This is what Esau and these heathens say, that what? That we are not the chosen people.
That's right.
So this is what the Lord said. Let's read that again.
It says Hosea 2:26, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was set unto me, unto them, you are not my people. There they should be called the children of the living power.
But there should be called the children of the living power, and that's being known right now, man. And this is what Esau is trying to stop. He's trying to stop the movement. He's trying to stop the growth of the Spirit of the Lord, man, which is basically Bible prophecy. All right? He's trying to stop, because that's why he's, as the video you saw, they got Israel numbered. This many so-called millions of Israelites live here and over here and all of that. But the scriptures say that Israel should be beyond the sands of the sea. So there ain't no number in Israel, man. Okay?
Real quick. It's Baruch chapter 2, verse 35.
Start
Start at 30. Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it's a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves.
Yeah, see that? In the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves.
The land that they are called, without called the people, we're going to remember ourselves that we are the people.
That's right.
Verse 31. And they shall know that I am the Lord that power, and I will give them the heart and ears to hear. Keep on. That was one.
Yeah, that's it.
You got that?
Yeah, I got one more for you.
Yeah.
1 John 3:1. Behold, what manner the love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because they knew him not. And this world is void of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Therefore, the world does not recognize us as being the people of the Lord, man. Because we have been acclimated into the ways of wickedness, man. So they don't recognize us as being the people. Beloved, now we are the sons of God, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall be as he is. And the point being that we know that we're the sons of God, and when the Lord returns, the world will see us for who we are as being the sons of God.
It's going to be known.
It's going to be known, man.
Yep.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to make it known, and he's making it known now.
Yeah.
But when the Lord gives us that power, then the world will truly have no choice but to acknowledge it. Man.
Yep.
Right now, Esau could go with the lies and propaganda and still, try to debunk what we're saying. This is why vocab and these guys still have somewhat of a platform to try to come up against it. But at the end of the day, this truth, it casts down all those strong imaginations. Like the Lord said, he gave us a mouth that neither they can gainsay nor resist, man.
That's right.
This is why they can't stop talking about this truth, man. If they just didn't believe, they can just cast it aside and just keep going. But hey, understand, vocab is obsessed, man. All these Christians, they're obsessed because they know that the Hebrew Israelites are taking over, man.
That's it, man. Can't ignore it no more.
What would you do? What would you do, right, if you knew in your mind that you was the devil, right, and you knew that it's a possibility, well, I ain't say possibility, but you knew you was ready to go into captivity. You knew it. But, and then on top of it, you got the men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways, what would you do? You would deflect too.
That's why the scriptures say, going back to Revelation 11 again, 11:11, it says, great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's right, yo.
Once the breath came back into us, that's when panic mode settled in. That's why the 48er, all right, the small hat, they did everything, they're doing everything in their power to try to stop this thing, man. Right? So let's go back. Can't stop it. Let's go back and read that.
Romans 9:25. As he also said in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people,
Yep.
and her beloved, which was not beloved.
Yep.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto me, unto them, ye are not my people,
Yep.
there shall they be called the children of the living God.
And that's being said right now, man. The word is going out. Jake is believing. Psalms 40:3. Hold that. Go ahead.
Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea.
The number of the children of Israel is as the sand of the sea, man. You can't count that. Right? But here it is. These devils are doing census on Jake, man. Right?
They're talking about Israel, we're supposed to be few in numbers.
Right.
But like, no, that ain't according to the Bible, man.
Right.
But hey, when Vokai brought that out, he only brought out the so-called
Judah.
the Negroes, man.
Yep.
He ain't account for the rest of the tribes, man. So yeah, you can't count Israel, man.
Right.
Right.
And that's just here in America. It says, verse 28, 27, it says, Isaiah also cries concerning Israel, for the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea,
Yep.
a remnant shall be saved.
Yeah, only a remnant is going to be saved, all right? That's who the word is for. It's for the elect, the remnant. Read on.
For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth.
Yeah, see that? Hey, he going to finish. It's going to be a short work. Everything is moving fast as hell. You have the awakening. You have the awakening. You have the revealing of the wicked. The prophecies coming to pass. This word is being acknowledged more and more every day. So the Lord is about to do a short work. And then ultimately what? That sea hip and the missiles, man. This thing going to be quick. That's why we telling you, Jakes, man, it's a hard time that you wake out of sleep, man.
Right.
We here, man. All this shit is happening. They have to acknowledge this thing, man. We just read Isaiah 13, 1 and 2. This word is going up to the gates of the nobles, man. Many shall see it and believe. Give me that Psalms 40 and 3.
God, this book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 3. And he had put a new song in my mouth.
Yeah, which is this knowledge, this truth. This is the new song that's being sung. Right? Not that tired-ass Christianity, man.
Yeah.
Read on.
Even praises unto our power.
Yep.
Many shall see it in fear and shall trust in the Lord.
You see that? Many shall see it in fear and trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. So this word is out here, man.
Right.
Right? What does it say? It shall reach the four corners and then the end shall come. We at the end. These devils are discussing the Bible and who we are on platforms now, man. You're being talked about on major media outlets, man.
Everything is the company.
Come on, man.
Because it's condemned. They condemn us.
Right. But the Lord warned us that the world was going to come against us. Come against us. See that? So that's prophecy within itself. All right? You got something? If not, we can go to that Ezekiel 36. Because we're going to stay on Amalek's neck, man. All right? Yeah, go ahead and get that, dude. Yeah, start at 1. Yep.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. We start at verse 1.
That's right.
And it reads, also, thou son of man, prophesy to the mountains of Israel and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord our power.
And what's heavy, right? Mountains represent major governments, right? And who's in Israel right now? Who's in the land of Israel now? All right, you Edomites. So guess what? We prophesied against you.
That's right.
It said, "Hear ye the words of the Lord." So read on.
Come. Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord our power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
It said even because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. So that's a cut, man. With vocab and Dr. Brown going to that, who occupies the land of Israel now? I said that our enemies, they laughed at us. They said, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in our possession. So who's ruling the land of Israel today? And how did they get that land? Through the Balfour Declaration, which was set up in 1917. Let's go into that real quick.
All right, please
Go ahead. Yep.
This is
Good. If you got it.
Zechariah 9 and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
It said a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Ashdod is a city in Jerusalem, man. A bastard is an illegitimate son.
That's right.
Meaning you don't belong to the Lord.
Fatherless.
Fatherless. Get Isaiah 63 and the last couple of verses. They were not called by thy name. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, because your father is Satan.
That's it.
It says, I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Yeah, that's it.
The point being, it says, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
That's it.
Because you don't belong in that land.
Right. That's why how is the land of Israel known as the gay capital?
Right.
Explain that.
Hey, that's why what the bar brought out earlier. It said, if y'all are the true people, why is it the day y'all got over there, war broke out that night?
Yeah. And we're going to get into that.
Yeah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 18. The people of thy holiness have possessed it, but a little while.
Yeah, we only possessed the land of Israel for a little while. Right. Yeah, you have 40 years under King David, and then you have 40 years under King Solomon.
That's right.
That was just a little time. Go ahead.
Our adversaries have trodden down thy sanctuary.
See, our adversaries have trodden down our sanctuaries, and you can link that up back to 70 AD. Even in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, man. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 19, Isaiah 63 and 19. We are thine, thou never bearest rule over them.
See that? We are thine. We belong to you. Thou never bearest rule over them frauds. Go ahead.
They were not called by thy name.
They were not called by thy name. And all the evidence that we brought out from the different scholarly evidence showing you that they go back to the Khazars, that they were converts, all right, that you can't call them Israelites or Jews because they all go back to Edom. All right? They were never called by the Lord's name, man.
Yeah, the Lord don't know them.
Exactly.
That goes into Amos 3 and 1.
Matter of fact, get that in Psalms 50. Who are thee to declare thy statutes?
Yeah.
Give me that real quick. Then I'm going to go into this, we're going to go back to that Ezekiel 36 and read verse 2 again. All right, going into that Balfour Declaration. All right?
This is the book of Psalm chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High, so like the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Who the hell are you, all right? Who the hell are you to declare the Lord's statutes, to call yourselves the chosen people of God?
Spittle.
Right.
Trying to make balls and shit.
Come on, man. Who the hell are you to uphold the scriptures, the Torah? Go ahead.
You both about the Torah, and then put it down and go right to the Talmud.
Right.
Which goes directly against the Torah.
Right.
That's confusion, man.
Yeah.
You got to stick with the Tanakh. Now, the Lord said, I can come in the volume of the book. It's written of me.
That's right, brother.
Don't in one of them bug out books that say something about how they gotta boil babies and
Talmud.
Yeah.
you know.
It's all in the book, man.
Yeah.
You could be a pedophile.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
brother brought that out earlier this year.
Yeah.
The verses that was contrary against each other.
These are the things that they practice. All right? Any more there?
Yes, sir. Psalm chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right, because it's all pretend, man.
That's right.
It's all a goddamn show, man. All right? These people uphold nothing in the scriptures.
That's right.
Right? Any more?
Verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my word behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, when thou considerest with him, and hast been partaken with the adulterers, thou givest thy mouth to do evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Yeah, that's the Edomite, man. It said it said that thou hatest instruction, and you cast the words of the Lord behind thee, man. Right?
Psalm 10 and 4.
Yep.
The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not in all his thoughts. Man. They don't look at the Most High, man. Job 21. Yeah. At the end of the day, they look at the word of the Lord as previous. You know? Because they really look at the Lord on how we look at Satan, man. You know?
Yeah.
Because Satan is their God, and they look at the Most High like he's wicked for what he's done. He made them the wicked of the Bible, so now they hate him for that. That's why they go hard against us, because when they see us, it's the Most High. That's where that hatred stems from.
Yeah, going back to Wisdom of Solomon, this is the second chapter, that their ways are contrary to our doings.
Right.
Going back to the elites, their mindset, what they think about.
Right.
You know?
You gotta be
Esteem them as counterfeits.
They're counterfeits.
You gotta be
Beautiful.
a sick nigga to justify pedophilia, man.
That's it.
This is Job chapter 21, verse 14. Therefore they say unto Yahweh, depart from us.
See? They say unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, depart from us. They hated instruction, and they cast the words of the Lord behind them. Go ahead.
For we desire not the knowledge of thy
This is
ways.
what the Edomites say. We desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Right?
And that lines up, let favor be shown to the wicked, but he'll still won't learn righteousness.
Exactly. And that's why the scriptures also say that salvation is far from the wicked.
That's right.
The counsel of the Lord said the counsel of the wicked is far from you.
Yep.
Right? Read on.
Job chapter 21, verse 15. What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
Is that not an Edomite?
That's an Edomite.
All day.
All day, every day.
That's why they're hardcore atheists. That's why they push science over the Bible. That's why they'll try to shove it in your face on how that the power doesn't exist.
That's right.
Right?
And what profit shall we have if we pray unto him?
See that? So how can these people be the chosen? How can these people be the people of the Lord? Read that again.
God, it says, and what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
Yeah, and what profit should we have if we pray unto him, man? That's the spirit of a pure Edomite, man.
Right.
Any more?
It's verse 16. Lo, there the good is not in their hand.
Good is not in his hand. His spirit is not upright in him. Nope. Read on.
The counsel of the wicked is far from me.
The counsel of the wicked is far from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Any more?
How is a candle of the wicked put out?
How oft is how oft is the candle of the wicked put out? Right? Because the Lord is going to put out his kingdom. He's going to put his light out, man. He's going to knock his lights out, man.
Yep. And it says, and how ought cometh their destruction upon them, Yahweh distribute through sorrows in his anger.
Right, which is going to be the missiles, man. So he's getting ready to put out this devil's light, man, because also light could be regarded as wisdom.
Yeah,
and there's no more wisdom in Teman.
Nah, Teman is lacking.
He saw us through.
Through as hell.
Right?
The deflections are tacky. You can clearly see it be a lot of Hegelian dialects going on. Then it be some shit that's really going on behind the scenes that get brought forth.
Right.
There's a lot of shit that's getting called out in these latter days.
Look at now. You have talks of a polyprice.
Right.
Things on top of things on top of things.
That's right.
Man, it show you, man, this is the devil, man. He's messy.
That's right. Let's go back to that Ezekiel.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 36, I'm going to read verse 2. Thus saith the Lord our power, because the enemy has said against you, aha. Even the ancient high places are ours in possession.
Right, so they laughed. They conquered us and they took our home and they said, aha. Even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Let's go back, let's go into that. Going into the Balfour Declaration, which was established in 1917. Here's some quick little history just to make the point. All right? With these devils, they're not going to go into this. All right? So it says, one of the most important statements of the British foreign policy of the 20th century, the Balfour Declaration was no more than a short, vague letter that had no legal status. Right?
Like everything else.
Right. Like everything else this devil does, man. It says, it had not been debated in Parliament, yet it was one of the most significant events leading ultimately to the creation of the state of Israel and conflict between Jews and Arabs. All right? It says the letter, the 2nd of November 1917, Britain's Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour, which when you read up onto him, he was a leading member of the British Jewish community. So he was a small hat too. Yep. So it says, British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour wrote to Lord Lionel Walter Rothschild as a figurehead of the Jewish community in Britain. Right? That's heavy. It says, I'm not going to read the letter, you can read it on your own. Right? So it says, where did the idea of the Balfour Declaration come from originally? It says in 1903, the British government had offered part of East Africa to the Jewish people as a homeland and refuge from persecution. This was known as the Uganda Scheme. Zionist opinion was split between those who welcomed Uganda as a temporary refuge and those determined to hold out for a homeland in Palestine. So they were split between that. It says the Zionist Congress of 1905 declined Britain's offer. All right, so they didn't want Uganda. They wanted the land. All right, read it on. I got a little bit more. Bear with me, because this is heavy stuff. All right, it says, emerging from this cul-de-sac, Zionists continued to lobby for a homeland in Palestine, then part of the Ottoman Empire, and made significant inroads into the British political establishment. All right? Last paragraph. It says, once Britain declared war on Turkey on November 5th, 1914, the idea of a Jewish homeland in Ottoman Palestine began to seem less remote. Presuming that the Turks would eventually be defeated, Britain began to think in terms of carving up the Ottoman Empire. On November 9th, 1914, Lloyd George spoke in cabinet about the ultimate destiny of Palestine, which he told Herbert Samuel he saw as becoming a Jewish state. In early 1915, Samuel, himself Jewish, put forward to the cabinet the memorandum, The Future of Palestine, which advocated for the annexation of Palestine by Britain to allow for the ultimate self-government of Jewish immigrants. So this is how they ultimately got the land. All right, through that Balfour Declaration, that agreement, that letter that was established between Arthur Balfour and Lionel Walter Rothschild, man, which was totally illegal.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Bible prophecy.
Nothing to do with Bible prophecy, man.
It has everything to do with Ezekiel the 36th chapter.
That's right.
As far as you being in the land at this time, that's against the scripture.
That's right. So that's just some history there. Let me get one more before we go back. I'm gonna have you read verse 2 again. All right, bear with me. All right. So it says, how was the declared first drafted? It says, how was the declaration first drafted? It says, Jewish Zionists and government officials worked together on the first draft of a declaration that was eventually proposed to Balfour by Lord Walter Rothschild in July 1917. It says, the wording represented a victory for those who thought a moderate wording was more likely to gain official approval over those who wanted to demand a Jewish state from the outset. It says, even this moderate wording required Britain to accept that Palestine should be reconstituted as the national home of the Jewish people, implying no place for the existent majority Arab population. You see that? So that's why there's always these wars going on in Israel, because them Israelites in there, which they don't belong in there neither, but they know damn sure that you niggas don't belong in the land.
Right, that's why you had the Egyptian president, Nasser,
Right.
say there'll never be peace in Israel and in the Middle East because the Jews left black and came back white.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But they know.
They know, man. You see? So let's go back to Ezekiel 36:2. So that just ties into the prophecy where it said, aha, let's read it again.
God, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 2. Thus saith the Lord our power, because the enemy have said against you, aha, even the ancient our traces are ours in possession.
So that's how they got the land. Through the establishment of the Balfour Declaration, which was set up in 1917, then eventually what? 1948, the creation of the state of Israel. That's the prophecies. All right, and all of that was gained unjustly.
That's right.
Right? By wicked laws and decrees, man. All right?
And Dr. Brown kept talking about, that's why the Lord put us back in the land. No, the Lord is physically going to put the nation of Israel back in the land, man.
14.
Yeah, come on, man.
Wasn't that the justification for what, World War I or II?
I think it was two.
World War II. That's why they had that, man. Like you said, all these wars are bankers' wars, man, to push forward their agenda, man.
Because while the wars was going on, they was in those retreats, living life.
Getting these legislations things
Right.
signed. Trying to come up with this state for this wicked ass.
Come on, man.
But the Lord's against that, man.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 3. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord our power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen.
And that's what happened to us, man. We were a possession of the residue of the heathen because slavery was world business, man. Everybody was involved, man. The Edomite, the so-called Jew, all right, Ishmael, Ham, they was all involved, man. All right, Moab, all of them. Ammon.
They even had one of the first slave ships called what?
Oh, I got that.
Called the Good Ship Jesus. See that? You know, so yeah, man, these devils shit, they got a lot to pay for.
Hold on, there's more. There's more.
I got something.
Go ahead.
We're dealing with the American Civil War. It says the American Civil War was engineered by the Rothschild banking elite. The Rothschilds used a divide and conquer strategy to take back America by creating a conflict between the North and the South. The North wants to be a British colony annexed to Canada under the control of Lionel Rothschild. The South wants to be a French colony given to Napoleon III of France under the control of James Rothschild. Abraham Lincoln opposed the destruction of America by issuing the greenback to fund its defense against the international bankers. Interest-free and later redeemable in gold, government printed. The bankers couldn't stand for this. 5 days after the South surrendered on April 14, 1865, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a member of the Knights of the Golden Circle. But this same sentiment happened with Hitler. This is why World War I happened with Hitler, because Hitler wanted to make his own money being backed by pretty much gold or whatever. And the banker was like, nah. So anytime another nation or somebody tried to have their own currency established outside of what the bankers want, that's when they bring them hitmen and kill them.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of your man in Libya. What's his name? Gaddafi?
Gaddafi,
Yeah, because he wanted to make gold the central currency, man.
Okay, I got that.
And they got rid of him, man. You know? Because, hey, he was sending kids to college for free.
Yep.
He was giving people free rent.
If you have a baby, you don't have to work.
Exactly. He was doing good things for his country, man, but they took his ass out. You know?
Yeah. There was the three people that came to mind when you said that was Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, Saddam Hussein did the same thing,
Yep.
and then Muammar Gaddafi. They all tried to, have their own currency backed by, gold. And Esau was like, Amalek was like, nah, he had him killed.
That's it. That's it.
How the hell can he be the chosen?
Yeah, because look, this is from General Ned E. Butler of the United States Marine Corps. He said, war is a racket. It has always been. Only a small inside group knows what it is about. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. Out of war, select few make new fortune. Which is why I said, man, the wars, all wars are bankers' wars, man, to benefit them.
Yep, exactly. All right, quick precept. Isaiah 1:7 in the reads, it says, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. Right? So who's over there occupying the land of Israel, man? All right?
Them kites, man.
All
These wars and shit that's going on.
They destroyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, the land is barren. It's barren.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that scripture we talk about Damascus being like a wasteland or something like that?
I forgot where that was at. Let me finish it out. It says, your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate and overthrown by strangers, man. So that's the prophecy that ultimately what heathen would be in the land of Israel. All right? As we're reading in Ezekiel 36, let's go back to that.
Right. With these damn heathen being over in that land, all right, they have made the land infertile now. Where they gotta bring in trees, they gotta bring in outside resources to keep the land thriving, man. So like you said, Israel is the biggest GAY capital in the world. They have the biggest parade with the Pink City over there in that land, man.
Exactly.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 30. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 4. And it reads, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord thy power. Thus saith the Lord our power to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate waters, to the desolate waste, and to the cities that are forsaken, which become a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about it. Verse 5, therefore thus saith the Lord our power.
So I can read verse 4 again?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 4.
No, start at 3. Start at 3. Let's read 3 because I think we stopped at 3.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 3. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord our power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side.
That's right.
That ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen.
Yeah, we're a possession unto the residue of the heathen. Go ahead.
And that ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people.
Right, so we're taken up in the lips of talkers, and we're an infamy amongst the people. That's happening now, man. Right? These heathen talking about us and how we not the Israelites.
Right.
You know how we're terrorists and shit like that. You know, extremists. Yeah, we're demonized because we're an infamy of the people.
We're an offender of the word.
That's it, man.
Because everything that he said we're doing, he's the one really doing the shit.
God.
All we're doing is reading out of the Bible and condemning him through the Holy Spirit.
Right.
And he can't take the heat, man.
He's being exposed to be seen as the world's biggest criminal.
Lifting up his skirt.
Exactly.
Exposing
Yeah,
him.
the U-48ers committed the biggest case of identity theft in world history.
Yeah.
Right?
Man.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 4. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord our power. Thus saith the Lord our power to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, to the valleys, to the desolate waste, to the cities that are forsaken, which are become a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about.
Yeah, we became a prey. It says we became a prey and derision of the heathen that are round about. Going into what? The frauds in Israel, man. Right? And also going back to the time of 70 AD when we were basically excommunicated out of the land. All right, go ahead. Because after that, at that point, we were scattered amongst the nations. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore saith the Lord our power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea.
And against all Idumea. Idumea is Greek for Esau, Edom. Go ahead.
Which have appointed my land into their possession.
So hold on, man. Would these Edomite scholars, vocab, Dr. Brown, would they touch that?
No.
It said that what? That the Idumeans have put the land of Israel into their possession.
Yeah, he kept quoting Ezekiel 36, not knowing he was condemning himself.
You see that?
If Alazar had him read into that, he would have condemned himself.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord our power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, appointed my land into their possession,
Man.
with the joy of their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
And we are to pray. And eventually, the land was what? It was pretty much damn near bought.
That's right.
Right? And then through that Balfour Declaration, 1917, and the creation of the so-called Jewish state in 1948. Give me Ezekiel 35 and verse 10, and somebody else give me Proverbs 23, 10, and 11.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 10.
Because you cannot get around the scriptures. All right, go ahead.
Around it. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries.
And who are those two nations and two countries? That's the northern and southern kingdom. All right, go ahead.
Shall be mine.
Shall be mine. This is what Esau said. Right, when you read that chapter, it says what? Prophesy against Mount Seir, the Edomites. So they have possessed the land of Israel. They said that these two nations and these two kingdoms shall be mine. Read on.
Continuing on. And we will possess it.
And we will possess it. Aha, even our enemies have taken the ancient high places into their possession. Right? Go ahead.
Where is the Lord Yahweh Shai? There.
Yeah, because you thought that the Lord was with you. Right? But this only happened for what? For the sake of prophecy, man. Any more in there?
That was pretty good. I mean, the whole chapter's pretty good.
Con. So okay, Con, hold you back in Ezekiel 36, get that in Proverbs 23.
11.
Yep. 10 and 11.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 10. Remove not the old landmark,
Yep.
and enter not into the fields of the fatherless.
Yeah, you see that? So the scriptures say, remove not the old landmark, man.
Right.
That's what you devils did, man. All right? You took the land, you took the Holy Land, man.
Shit, that's a condemnation I see you over here.
Exactly.
Mount Rushmore is a blatant violation of this scripture, man. You know? It says, verse 11, for their Redeemer is mighty, and he shall plead their cause with thee.
Woo! See? Yahweh Shai gonna plead the cause of his people, man. All right? You devils not gonna win. Right? That's why pursuing the Revelation 12 and 17, as we always quote, all right, matter of fact, get that. All right? You devils about to lose. That narrative, the narrative is not going to stick. You can't debunk the truth. 2 plus 2 is always gonna be 4, nigga.
Right.
All right?
This is the book of Revelation chapter 12, verse 17.
That's right.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Yeah, the dragon goes back to Esau, man.
Right.
All right? His system. All right? The dragon was wroth with the woman. The woman represents Israel. Why are they mad? Why is he wroth? Because of his word, man. He's being exposed. The truth is coming out, man. All right? Go ahead.
That's right. Continuing on. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
So this is why we know this is coming. Eventually, like we said, eventually the prince of this world is going to eventually have to make war, all right, with the woman and her seed, man.
Right.
All right? He's going to have to come down, man, because he can't combat against the spirit of Yahweh by Shemal Shah, man. All right? He's being devoured by truth. Go ahead.
Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah.
And we had a testimony. We had a testimony, which is what? The spirit of prophecy, man.
2 witnesses.
We the 2 witnesses, man. Judgment is being pronounced on him. He's being revealed, man. All right?
It's Revelation 11 and 10, I'm going to read down. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another, because these 2 prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And that's Esau, Edom, and these other nations, man. And that's going back to what you read in Ezekiel 35th chapter, how he's wanted to take what? Northern kingdom and southern kingdom, man. And this is why they're rejoicing right now, because they're in the land of Israel, man. They're rejoicing because they feel like they're conquerors as a people, man.
And they did.
Yeah,
At the end of the
yeah.
day, like you said, that they were sending us back and forth as gifts. They profited greatly off of the slavery of the so-called the Negroes. Man.
Yep.
And to prove that, this is from the secret relationship between blacks and Jews.
Oh, man.
It says the Jewish Lehman brothers handled 1/3 of all cotton shipped from American ports, all grown and picked by black slaves and sharecroppers. In 1874 alone, they handled 80,315 bales of cotton worth millions of dollars. They moved to Wall Street and became investment bankers with these huge cotton
The
profits.
so-called Jew ate off slavery, man.
Yeah.
He ate off that shit, man.
Yep.
Right?
Hey, they say they was the main ones at the ship docks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They funded it.
Yeah,
They funded
They
it.
was the main ones there.
And then that's where you get Black Friday from, man. They had the auction blocks. They had us on the auction block selling us, on sale during Black Friday, so-called Black Friday. You know, so they got rich off of us, man. That's why I said the old money. That's it. You Jakes, no matter what the fuck you do here, man, you will never even get close to the amount of what they got, man.
And it's the thing, like you said, the 48er, the small hat, completely benefited off of slavery, but look what he's doing now. He benefits off Jake now, the entertainment industry. That's $1 trillion industry, man.
He benefits off our death.
Yep.
Like when that damn kike, Leo Cohen, he was in the Breakfast Club, and they were, asking him like, "What? If you know this drug thing is such a big, epidemic amongst the blacks, why do you keep signing artists that promote this shit?" And he was like, "Shit, I got people I gotta feed too."
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they just let that go.
See?
He said, I got
That's the
family.
fucking devil, man.
I gotta feed my people. I don't give a damn about you Jakes, man. All they want you Jakes for is to dribble all
He
shit.
said, he's like, "Yo, is it you sign up for the talent or for what they're trying to push?" And he's like, "We're going for that."
Exactly.
Because I gotta eat. Our family gotta eat. They don't give a damn about our people, man. Like I said, they get rich off of that shit, man.
Yeah, this is why they were so mad at Kanye West bringing that out, even though we knew it. This is why they were so upset that he brought that up.
There's a video they got on YouTube called "How to Sell to the Negroes."
Yeah.
And they pretty much break that in detail on how these companies benefit on pushing product on Jake. Because they have pimped Israel to the fullest. And the reason why they're getting to this point now where they're ready just to get rid of Jake, because they have perfected their AI to where they don't need us no more.
Right. That's right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. I'm going to jump down here to verse 6.
Yep.
Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord our power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen.
Yeah, we have borne the shame of the heathen. Going back to what they did to us, man. Slavery, oppression, us being at the bottom. how they benefit off our destruction.
That's right.
Right? We bore the shame of the heathen, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Scripture says that they oppress a man and his heritage, how they sold a boy for a harlot, girl for wine.
Yep.
You devils got a lot to pay for it, man. Them a call it straight. You damn white people, man. You got a lot to pay for what you've done, right? And you can't get around it, man, at all.
That's why they hate that one. She might be Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott.
Yeah, she be going in.
The old white lady.
Black hair.
She got white hair. She old. But pretty much she be exposing. It was like, look, if you know exactly what we went through as a people, if you had to change places with Jake, the so-called blacks, and start over, what you doing? They're like, hell no.
Oh yeah.
They hate when she speaks, man.
Yeah, she said, if you stand up now. She said, ain't nobody stand up. Ain't nobody stand up, man.
They know they're guilty.
Yeah.
And if I may add too, how they like to go into the bug out Holocaust and all of that, man. They claim that it was 6 million or something.
Which they broke it down when you go on Rumble. It's a documentary called "You Are Amalek," and you had their own Ish people explaining how that's not physically possible for 6 million Jews to get murdered in that span of time. There weren't even that many around at that time.
Exactly, and they don't have the technology to burn that many people like that.
Exactly. Those so-called gas chambers, those were pretty much things used. They had in those camps. They had a disease called typhus, and so the bodies and all that they had to get rid of. They put that and they burned the bodies, man. But they weren't burning his people, man. Like you said, that whole so-called internment camp, that was a resort for them.
Yeah, they was kicking it, man.
Yeah, they was thriving there.
They had a lavish lifestyle they was living in the time when the wars was going on. But they pushed it out to the world like they was out there getting gas, like they was getting burnt in the chambers and shit.
Man, they was living it up.
It was chilling. Yeah.
Like I said, it's on Rumble. Look it up, man. You are Amalek Part 2. It breaks that down completely.
All things that have been in the dark should come to light, man.
Nothing is secret, man.
And nothing is secret no more, man. This is why they got to get rid of the internet, man. All right, so let's go back to Ezekiel 36.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 7. It reads, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord our power, I have lifted up my hand. Surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame."
Yeah, because, hey, we coming into the time when now you got them devils, you gonna drink the cup, man. It's your turn now, man. Jeremiah 30 and 16, give me that real quick. And give me Lamentations 4, 21 to 22. Right? See, the Most High, as we read earlier, Deuteronomy 30 and 7, the curses are now upon your head, man. Now it's your turn to bear that shame, man. And part of that's happening now because your ass is getting exposed. And you can't handle the heat that's coming out the kitchen. Right?
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. "Therefore all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity." And that's showing that the Lord is requiring which is past, man. All the atrocities that you've done to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, he required that blood, man. And that's what's coming to you, damn heathen, man. And there's nothing you can do about it, man. It says all thy adversaries shall go into captivity, man. You can read about the adversaries in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man. And the chief adversary of the nation of Israel are you so-called white people, which make the biblical Edomites, man. And it says, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee I will give for a prey. And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming, man. As you read in Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, "Prepare slaughter for their children, for the iniquities of their fathers." That's what's coming for you, heathen.
Yeah, for the iniquity of your fathers, because you are your fathers coming back in the flesh.
That's right.
Pay up season, man.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately why these elites, man, why they're terrified, man. Because they know when they die, they're gonna wake up in captivity, man. That's why you have the Rockefeller dude, John Rockefeller.
Yeah, that said the internet should have never been created. Yep.
No, not him. The guy that had all the heart transplants.
Oh,
the one that finally died. David
Rockefeller, yeah. But they know. They're afraid they're gonna wake up in slavery, man, and change, man. They're trying their hardest to stay alive so they can try to establish this new world order, man.
Try to upload their conscience, their spirit into a machine so they can live forever. It's not gonna happen, man.
Transcendence ain't gonna happen for you.
Right.
It's a movie, man.
Lamentations 4:21.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Yeah, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. You Edomites, man. Babylon, America, live it up.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Cash out.
Exactly.
Cash
out, man.
Because once this economy crash,
That's it.
you're done.
That is the beginning of the end for Esau. Man.
Yes.
Yep. Get you a mountain of coke, snort it up. Bungee jump,
That's right.
do your thing,
Get you a
man.
trailer full of children.
Yeah.
Go cliff hanging with Batman.
Right,
Do
right.
what you got to do, man.
You know?
Because America doesn't have much long, man.
Yep.
There's no bounce back.
Get you some skydiving in.
Oh, yeah.
Go live it up. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom,
That's right.
that dwellest in the land of Uz.
As well as in the land of Uz. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through thee.
You see, the cup shall also pass through thee. Read on.
Thou shalt be drunken. Thou shalt make thyself naked.
Hey, that's what's happening. You've been drunken and now you've been made naked, man. Right? Now you're being put on, full display. Now you're being exposed as frauds.
That's right.
As the counterfeits.
Deceiver.
Deceivers, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
All right? You ain't the people of the book. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished.
See that? The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, man. The Lord said the same thing in Isaiah 40:2, that thy warfare has been accomplished, meaning the elect of Israel are about to be redeemed out of captivity.
Right.
All right? Go ahead.
Saying on, the daughter of Slot. Let me read verse 22 again. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. I will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Right, because, hey, we're in a time of salvation of the elect and destruction to the wicked.
Right,
Anymore?
Yes, sir. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. Read on.
He will discover thy sin.
He will discover thy sins, and that's why everything is being revealed in this time, thus saith the scriptures. All right? All the sins of so-called white man is being revealed. Right? Your agendas that you're pushing on the people, transformism, sodomy, homosexuality, pedophilia, all right? You can get with the little kids, all that, man.
Nambla.
Nambla.
Was it North America boy? Boy, what is it called?
Man, boy, lover.
Yeah.
That shit's sick.
All that, and who's that being pushed by? The Edomites, man.
Hey,
Esau going hard.
Hey, I seen a TikTok video yesterday. There was an Edomite girl with her mom, and her mom said, "If you get lost, what do you do?" She said, she said, "I go to a big black man, right?" She said, "Yes. When you get lost, you run to big black man." Showing that your own damn people know that you Edomite men are fucking pedophiles, man. They say run to the big black man so we can call the police. Ain't that some shit?
Right.
Cause they know if you run to an old white man, an Edomite, or a goddamn, or just an Edomite male, they know you ain't gonna see him no more. Cause they know that ain't natural for Jake to be doing. Even though we got some wicked niggas amongst the tribes, but majority of niggas ain't doing them nasty and shit like that.
That's Edomite spirit.
That's Esau to the fullest, man.
That's that nigga our family guy, that old dude.
Yeah.
Herbert.
That's him.
That's Esau.
And that's
all
showing
day.
you that you're a pedophile for you even put that shit in a cartoon.
Because
man.
they know who get down like that.
Fucking sick, man.
Go ahead.
I got one for you.
Hey, you cancel Pepe Le Pew, but you won't cancel that nigga. though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got one. This Luke chapter 8, verse 17.
Right.
For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
That's right.
Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Right. So the point is that you Edomites can no longer hide yourselves, man. All right. The skirt has been lifted. You're not white. You're not pure.
No,
You're not innocent, man. You're not righteous.
no, hell no.
Right?
Far from it.
Far from it, man. You really the niggas, man.
Yes.
You're really black.
Yes.
All right. If you want to call it straight, you are really the black people of the earth, man.
Yeah,
Wicked.
In your spirit, you are the real nigga.
Yeah, that's it.
Nigger. You are.
Yeah, with the ER. Long ER on that shit. Nigger.
You got growling to
You said you got to growl. You said, God
Because
damn, boy.
he's a beast. He's
Man.
the beast, man.
You're an animal.
You're an animal.
You're an animal.
You're a beast.
That's it.
But the Bible called the Edomites the so-called white people beasts.
And he
man.
knows that. That's why he put it like in Planet of the Apes. He knows who he is,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, the Bible calls them beasts, man.
Beware of the beast man.
He knows.
why they do things. That's why they do things like have sex with animals,
bestiality,
and dogs, and all of
Get
that.
that. Go to Job 30. Get that real quick.
necrophilia.
Before we go back to Ezekiel
Wild,
36.
wild man over there in Europe and shit.
Well, hey, when you go to Revelation 13th chapter, and it talks about that beast arising out of the sea, when you go into the blue letter, it says a bestial and savage, ferocious man.
Yep.
So that's proof that's the Edomites, man, that are ruling.
You cannot hide anymore, man.
Okay, man. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1.
Yup.
But now they are younger than I. Have made. Job, chapter 30, verse 1. But now that they are younger than I, read and have me in derision, whose fathers I would have detained to have set them dogs in my flock.
Right. Even Job said that, man. You can't even keep these Edomites around dogs because you know how they roll, man.
Yeah, what was the Woodlows, as the elder Amon Gabar went into? The Woodlows, the wild man, and then he showed clips on how Esau, when he don't shave, their hair should grow out, showing that he's really the fucking Sasquatch, man.
He's a werewolf.
Yeah, he's a werewolf. He's a werewolf. He's a Sasquatch.
Yep.
That's the fucking Edomite.
And they be popping them dogs, man.
Yes.
They even got brothels
Oh
yeah.
overseas where you can go pop dogs and
Pigs
sheep.
and shit.
And guess who's all in that shit? Esau, man.
Yeah, what they had, the one where they dress up as animals and walk around.
Yeah, they got it's called furries.
Very, like,
They can dress up as an animal and pop each other.
Yeah, it was an Edomite girl on TikTok, and she talked about how she cheated on her boyfriend with his dog.
Wow. There was one on YouTube that says 10 benefits of sleeping with dogs.
Come on, man.
And since we was talking about Family Guy, they got a an
yeah.
episode when a damn Edomite woman laying down with the damn
dog,
dog.
There's some episodes like that.
Yeah.
Brian stay getting some pussy, bro.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Brian, he pop Peter White.
So they put all that stuff because that's how they roll, man. That's their spirit.
It's the normalizing, man.
Did you say the World Economic Forum is pushing for normalization of bestiality?
Yeah.
In certain states here in
certain
America, you look up like weird laws here in certain states, they allow you to marry animals and have sex with them, man.
That's the Edomite spirit. Read on out.
Yes, sir. Job chapter 30, verse 2.
Read down to 10.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll go back to Ezekiel 36.
Yes, sir. Ye whereunto might the strength of their hands
Because right now all eyes are on E, man. Are on sleazy E. All right?
They hide. Scoping on the left.
All right.
Continuing on, in whom old age was perished. Verse 3. For what in famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Who cut up marrows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
Yep.
They were driven forth from among men. They cry after them as after a thief.
Yeah, because the Edomites, they was driven into them caves, man. All right, when you go back to the time of the Dark Ages, man, when Jake came into power, all right, Jake drove them Edomites back into them caves, man.
Yeah.
They were in them caveman state, man.
They was running close to Tyrion.
Integrated.
Yeah.
You know, and even when they started to get civilized, when the Moors came, man, they were still wearing their damn drawers and shit. They disintegrated, eating out of their ancestors' clothes and shit.
And they said the Gad was saying that when they brought their nasty ass over here, man. And the elder showed that picture. He said, "What would you do if you see somebody get off the ship with me?" They showed with the white, all that white shit.
Oh, Big Head?
Yeah.
That video was heavy, man.
Yeah.
See something like you like,
Real
what the
talk.
hell is that, man?
Yeah, that's the real caveman.
That's it.
And you can imagine how they smell.
Oh,
They brought diseases.
Yeah. There was no such thing as a common cold when Gad and Issachar, pretty much all those killed over here. They didn't have no flu and a common cold. But they do that, the herbs, the cure everything. Esau brought all these damn disease over here, man.
That's
a lot
it.
of pigs, a lot of gases, a lot of these animals you see, a lot of that come from the old world.
Imported.
Yeah. It's so easy even a caveman can do it.
Yeah.
They were telling you in them commercials,
So you
man.
know that they're proud even about that because what nation they ever showed as a caveman but this.
Exactly.
They're proud of that heritage.
The Neanderthal.
They don't even look right on Jake, man. They
No,
don't
that's
even
not our
look right.
nature, man.
Yeah.
We were civilized, man. That's why it's an insult when they showed Jake over. He was over in Africa, talking about we were swinging trees and shit, looking like Tarzan.
No, that was his white
But
ass.
that's the characteristics of an Edomite.
And then you get over here to America, you think Gal was walking around with a goddamn loincloth on and shit. No, we had full. Jake had the full goddamn ensemble on.
We
man.
had thriving civilizations, man.
Yeah, we were smart.
Even when we got out of slavery here, we was already thriving. This is why they were so upset, man. And they bombed Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And it was many of them. That's just the famous one.
Yeah, it was cities in North Carolina that got hit.
Wilmington, man.
Yep.
Everything is
Charlotte.
touches, he destroys. All you gotta do is look at the condition of the earth.
Right.
Job chapter 30, verse 6. To dwell in cliffs of the valley, in caves of the earth, and in the rock.
Yeah, the caves. That's where you Edomites was dwelling at one point, man. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Among the bushes they parade.
Hey, Mount Seir. The clefts and the valleys of the rocks. Mount Seir, man.
They stole
that.
Yeah.
They stole Petra.
Yep. Because that goes back to I forgot the name of the people. It starts with an N, but they stole that from them. Can't think of the name. No. It was was it the Horites?
Horites.
The Horites. Yeah.
Verse 7. Among the bushes they parade, under the nettles they were gathered together. Verse 8. They were children of fools.
They were children of fools, man. Right? As I say in my lessons, we're being ruled over. We're being ruled over by children of fools, man.
Yeah.
Right? It was a woman. It was a video I posted a while ago, and it was this Edomite woman. She had a little baby, and she was like, "Yeah, my son here was like non-binary, doesn't have a gender and all of that." And they took the video down.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Talking about sitting along with the Edomite chick talking about saying I'm a hawk.
Yeah.
Not to the fire as a hawk.
Children of fools,
But I'm
man.
I'm here in my human body, and I'm the only person out here that knows who I am.
Come on, man.
Didn't he say he was the werewolf, bro?
No, this is a different one.
But now with the one that said, "Am I a woman?"
She's not a wolf. She's not a wolf.
Right.
He was like, yo, can you speak your language? She was like, nah,
Hey,
this is retarded. This is what we're dealing with.
children of fools, and then you got this. What's the Secretary of Health? That transformer.
That's a big deal.
You see what I'm saying?
Whole nigga.
Talk about changing kids' identities will be normalized. Now this is what they fight for. These are the people that are ruling over you, man.
Yeah, you give the children fucking puberty blockers, which is shit that you give the pedophiles, man.
Come on, man.
And they got now Minnesota's safe haven for them to push that shit.
Come on, man.
Who's signing that legislation?
Like Fresh and Fit said, we live in a clown world.
Come on. This is a clown fucking world. Go ahead, Al.
I want to read something here. This is, can one of you brothers pronounce that? I believe I actually got it before. Yeah, dentrophilia. And it reads, a dentrophilia literally means a tree level. The term may also refer to as, I can't pronounce
Paraphilia.
Yeah, paraphilia, in which people are sexually attracted to or sexually aroused by trees. You see that? So this devil here, has coming up with these words because he wants to have sex with trees, man.
He wants to have sex with anything.
He's the man of lawlessness.
That's
man.
like the dude, was it Firehouse Subs or?
Jared.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No, Jared too, he was a
you're talking
pedophile.
about the one that had sex with the
The
sharks.
dolphin. The dolphin, yeah.
yeah.
That's Firehouse Subs, man.
Oh,
Now
man.
picture this nigga, butt-ass nigga, talking about damn dolphin.
Come on, man.
When he caught.
That's the Edomite. Go ahead, let's finish it out before we go back to Ezekiel 36.
Job chapter 30, verse 8. They were children of fools, children of base men. They were violent than the earth.
Right, because Esau, the Edomite is the lowest people on the earth. All right? They were violent than all the earth. They were base men. There's no boundaries with these people. That's why everything degenerate that's pushed is all spearheaded by them.
And that makes society to where they look at us for speaking out against.
Exactly.
That's like being a pedophile is something we should just accept without thinking about. Like, no, nigga, that's off.
All right.
But like we say, you gotta look at it in the terms of why he does this, because it's deeper than just the surface level of being nasty. It goes back to witchcraft. It goes back to Satanism.
Yep.
The part of them worshiping their God, they have the pop children. That goes back to sex magic. They got that from House of Cody.
Yep.
That's how they worship their demons, by doing these deplorable acts like that, man. The more defiled you become, the stronger you get in that left hand witchcraft.
Yeah, and not only are they raping these little kids, they murdering them too.
Yeah. They'll pretty much scare them to the point to where their adrenaline is at high, and then kill them and drink their blood, which is why you come up with adrenochrome.
Yeah. It's all out there, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Job chapter 30, verse 9. And now am I their song, ye, I am their byword.
And now I am their song and their byword. Now we the niggas and the spicks and the wetbacks and the black monkeys and shit now. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face.
Yeah, literally, man. They spit in our faces, man. But the point is, the Lord about to turn all of this around. All right? See, the scriptures completely expose who the Edomite is. All right? To the T. This is why, as we were talking about earlier, they want to get rid of teaching the scriptures. All right? Because the knowledge is out here, man. The information is out there. All right? So let's go back to Ezekiel 36.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people Israel, for they are to hand, for they are at hand to come.
Right, read that again, Sloppy.
Yes. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 8. But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel.
And that's what's happening, man. Hey, it's sprouting. This word is sprouting. The truth is springing forth. All right, the word is going out. Go ahead.
Continue on. For they are at hand to come.
Right. So now by this word is spreading is because of what? The men of the Lord being raised up. They're out here teaching the truth, man. Understanding is going forth. All right. Go ahead, and that's coming through the elect. All right, go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 9. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you. Ye shall be tilled and sown.
You see that? You shall be tilled and sown. Going back to what? Ezekiel 37. All right? He's put the skin back upon us. He gave us the breath, our nationality, our heritage, the language. All right? The mercy, the prophecies, man. We're being tilled and sown. Go to Isaiah 44 real quick.
Yes, sir.
Get Isaiah 44 and get verses 4 and 5 real quick.
All right. This is Isaiah chapter 44, verse, can I start at 3?
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 44, verse 3. And I will put water upon him that is thirsty and floods upon the dry ground. And that's Jake going to fulfill what? Ezekiel the 37th chapter, man. Because Jake is seeking for the truth and seeking for the true knowledge, man. And he's not getting it from Esau either, man. All he's getting is lies, man. And he says, and floods upon the dry ground, and I will put my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thy offspring. And this is why you're seeing the camps and the brothers popping up on all these major cities around the world, man. The little sanctuaries as me and brothers went into last night, man. And that's why you see the camps popping up, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. And he said, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses, man. And that's why you see brothers is getting built up through the words of Yahweh Shem Shah. He said his truth shall what? My doctrine shall fall as the rain. He's flooding the dry grounds, man. This is as close to King David said, my cup overflows, man. He said, verse 5. Isaiah 44, verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord and surname himself by the name of Israel, man. That's the tribes coming back together, man. That's why you see the northern and southern kingdom being what? Combined as a nation again, man. There's no beef between the nations. Why? Because we're coming back through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shah. He's breaking down the breaches. He's closing up the breaches, man. And that's what you're gonna continue to see. This is why Esau Edom is in an uproar and he's afraid because he sees that the tribes, the two witnesses, are coming back to their nationalities, man. And there's nothing he can do about it.
That's it. Let me add on before we go back. It's Isaiah 27 and 6. When it reads, it says, he shall cause them to come out of Jacob. He shall cause them that come out of Jacob to take root. Israel shall blossom and bud and fill the face of the world with fruit. All right, now we know this is talking about the kingdom as well, but you can apply it now, man. By this word, like it tells you, give me that in 2 Ezra 6. You already know 2 Ezra 6 and what, 27?
King shall be quenched.
Yep. that's what's happening. That's why they're trying to stop this word. The world is being filled with fruit, man. Jake is waking up. Many shall see it and trust and fear in the Lord. You know?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish.
Exactly.
Corruption shall be overcome.
That's right.
And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
And the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. That's the prophecy. That's the time we in right now, man. This knowledge, man, that the true Israelites waking up and standing back upon their feet, man. And this is why the 48er is losing fucking sleep. Right?
Real quick, you said that root, right?
Yep.
This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 13. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father have not planted shall be rooted up. And that's what you're seeing, man. The Most High is rooting up all these false doctrines and all these false teachings here in Babylon the Great, man. Because the true root and the true branch comes out of Yahweh Shah, man.
Right.
That's how we're getting built up through the true root, and that's which is Yahweh Shah.
That's right. That's right. We'll go back.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. You see, verse 10.
Yep.
And I will multiply men upon you.
Matter of fact, you started at 9 again. Started 9.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 9.
Go ahead.
For behold, I am for you, and will turn unto you, and ye shall be tilled and sown.
And that's happening now, man. We're being tilled and sown, man. The raising up of the prophets. The breath being put back into Israel. Us standing back up.
The Lord is cultivating.
That's it.
Verse 10. And I will multiply men upon you.
And I will multiply men upon you, the prophets.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All the house of Israel, even all of it. And the city shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be built.
And the waste shall be builded. Hey, that's the house of David coming back. Right? Get that in Amos 9, and then somebody give me Isaiah 58 and 12. Because this is what's going on right now via prophecy, man. All right?
All right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, and verse 11. And at that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David.
In that day, we in that day.
Yep.
Right. The Lord said he was going to raise up the house of David, the tabernacle of David. Go ahead.
That is fallen and close up the breaches thereof.
And that's what the Lord is doing. He's closing up the breaches, man. This is why you see him black and brown so-called. All right? So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Hispanics coming together. All right?
And he says, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Yeah, and he will build it as in the days of old, because in the days of old, right, going back to King David, we had all the nations under our subjection.
That's right.
That's why when the breath entered back into us, it said great fear fell upon them that saw them, because these nations understood the time.
That's right.
All right? They understood when Israel was back in their glory and power, they ruled the world.
The two witnesses, as we brought out, they said the two witnesses tormented them.
Right,
man.
exactly.
We had their ass in subjection, man.
King David hated Esau.
Yeah, he was killing them,
He was
Edomites,
fucking
man.
them up, man.
Right. Now that spiritual temple is being built back up
Absolutely.
again, and it's causing fear to fall into these damn devils, man.
Con,
Can I make this one up,
go ahead.
This Acts chapter 15, verse 16. And after this I will return, and I will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up, and that the residue of men might seek after the Lord, and all the Gentiles upon whom the name is called, said the Lord, who doeth all these things. And showing that the tabernacle of David is scattered amongst the heathen as well, man.
Yep.
You're going to have the tabernacle of David coming back looking like an Edomite, looking like a Moabite, but his spirit bear witness that he is the children of Yasharallah.
Right.
The elect, man.
Hey,
That's right.
wasn't the men in David's army from various lands?
Yeah,
too?
yep, that's right.
They're the mighty men.
Yeah.
Mighty men of David.
That's
Yep.
heavy, man. So it's spiritual.
Yep.
Give me that in Isaiah 58. Start at verse 10 and read the 12.
Isaiah 58 and 10. And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday.
This is what we're doing, man. We're bringing forth the light. All right, which is the wisdom of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall guide them continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought,
Yep.
and make fat thy bones,
Yep.
and thou shalt be like a watered garden.
And thou should be like a watered garden, man. The Lord gave us the breath. He gave us his knowledge. All right, he gave us our heritage back. He put the breath back in us. You see what I'm saying? He covered us with skin. Right? Go ahead.
And like a spring of water whose water fail not.
Go ahead.
And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Yep.
And thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations.
And thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations. This is going into the house of David. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of past dwelling.
Yeah, there you go. Give me can you go to the blue letter real quick and get that word many generations in Isaiah 58 and 12.
Because this just lands back on what we brought out earlier in Obadiah 1 and 21, how the Lord said he's going to raise up saviors, man.
That's right.
Saviors is the house of David. All right, the one, as King David was known as, that was near and dear to Yahweh Shemel Shah, that's the elect. Because we're the only ones out here who weren't of that number that's truly fighting for life, man, for righteousness' sake, man. That's right. So just like the house of David was bold, man. All right, the Lord is building up that temple again, okay, to come back and set the world back in subjection.
And if I may add, do you see Esau doing that?
Hell
no. No. You don't see these Edomites doing that, man. Again, showing you that these devils here, they cannot be the people, man. See?
Yeah, these 48ers don't even talk about King David.
Not at all. Nope.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is the definition for many generations. It said a generation characterized by equality, condition, class of men.
Class of men. There's a certain class of men. That's the elect. Right? The initiated, the house of David. That's what's been raised back up. The breaches have been restored. All right. So let's finish out some more in Ezekiel 36. I got one more verse, I believe.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36. I'll read verse 9 again.
Yep.
For behold, I am with you, and will turn into you, and ye shall be tilled and sowed, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the cities shall be inhabited, and the ways shall be builded, and I will multiply upon you men and beasts, and they shall increase and bring fruit, and will settle you after your old estate.
The house of David is coming back.
That's right.
Old estate.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
And will do better unto you than at your beginnings. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah.
So we'll stop right there because the point that we making, man, all right, before all of that is that that you damn 48ers do not fit the prophecy. Man.
You can't.
You far from it.
Come on, man.
It's like that puzzle piece that just don't fit.
Right.
You Edomites, you just don't fit, man.
Yep.
Prophecy speaks for history.
Yeah.
Right.
Get that,
We don't need, like I said, we don't need to sit here and explain those ancestral lines and nothing like that. Yo, this is prophecy.
That's right.
The prophecy speaks for itself.
That's right.
Second Ezra 6 and 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Who rules the world?
Who rules the world? Exactly. Answer that question.
Right.
Who rules the planet, man?
It's not the Arab. That's what they're trying to say. Esau is the Arab.
And don't say girls like the Beyonce song. Who rules the world?
Not a bit, though.
No, it's you Edomites.
It's so-called white. All right?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I have gave thee. And that doesn't fit you down, Edomites, because you said you always knew that you was the so-called the Ish people. If you was the true people of the Lord, you would have discontinued from your heritage, man. When did that happen? If you was in the land of Israel right now, when did that happen, man? It never happened. And it says, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies and the land which thou knowest not. Like Alazar kept saying, where is a period of time that you small hats went in a position of slavery like we did, man? Name it.
They're trying to say that happened under Hitler. But when did you get put on slave ships?
Yeah.
It's scattered throughout the earth.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no counter history. You ever was rounded up like animals, like a can of sardines, and packed on top of each other and shipped out.
Hey, matter of fact, let's go break down the curses. Let's go to that.
Yeah.
Because we talking about, we the people of the book, so let's go into the curses.
Yeah.
Right.
And it says, "For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." And that's just a period of time that the Lord was going to put upon us to be subjected under these damn heathen, man. That's right. Go 28.
Go ahead and start at read verse 1 and then jump to 15.
Hold on, before we get there, though, I want to
This is the book.
bring it real quick. About
Yes, sir.
it said that the curse are pretty much to this day. Remember that thing?
That's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
No,
No, that's not.
It's bear with me.
is it 46? No.
Yeah, 46.
Okay, I got it. Then you can start from the top. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 46. It says, "And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy feet forever."
Forever. Meaning it would still be upon us to this very day.
Yeah, it's not period of time.
Come on, man.
As they trying to say it.
So explain how the so-called Jew is cursed. Explain how he's been oppressed. He's in poverty. He's been in slavery. Explain that, man.
This damn devil talking about where certain Jews are oppressed and cursed and the other ones are not.
Nah.
They were trying to like split it up and shit.
Nah,
They were like, well, there's certain blacks in your community that's doing good and certain
They're not.
Hispanics doing.
They-
What the hell are you talking
they're
about,
doing
man?
good as far as you saying with monetary, but number one, the money's not real, so they're really not.
Yeah.
And then two, they're subjugated under you down. You is people.
Yeah, ain't no-
Because if they want to speak out on their own, or if they want to go and do good for their people, all right, you cut them off.
Yep.
So they're really not good, man.
Yeah.
It look good to the outside, but like I say, when you look at them, why are rich Jake depressed? Why are they committing suicide? Because they're not free.
They don't have true sovereignty, man. To be free, you have sovereignty, man. That means you have your own rules, man.
Your own land.
Your own land, your own military, your
own
own money.
currency.
Come on, man. Everything here is subject to payments, man.
And like I said, who at the end of the day you have to pay your dues to? Amalek.
Exactly.
All the NBA owners, all the NFL owners, all sports league owners are all Jewish people.
Yep.
All corporations are owned, the CEOs are owned by Jewish people.
Government.
The government, Jewish people, the courts, everything is owned by the Amalek, man. So that shows you are the ones in power, man.
Diamond District.
Oh, yeah.
This is the book, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. It shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which he hath commanded this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations on the earth.
You didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says you set on high, you're going to have dominion and power over all nations on the earth.
Bro, the world's flat, bro. That's false.
Okay.
That's an Edomite.
All right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So if we didn't obey the will of the Lord, all these curses, as we're going to read, we're going to overtake us and destroy us. To this very day.
To this day.
Yeah. Let's go.
Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Yeah, cursed thou. Read it again. Cursed thou shall be what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right. So meaning your bag would be cursed.
Yeah.
Right?
Hole full of money, right?
Yep. Pocket full of holes. Right?
So how is that fitting Amalek when he owned all the banks?
Right.
He owned all the banks, paying all the rent to him. That doesn't fit him. He's blessed in the city, right?
Right. Exactly. Read it one more time.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Right. We know that the field also represents the world. Right. So you would be hated. You would be in the lower state. You would be oppressed. You would be in the ghettos. Get that from me.
Yes.
Right.
Low power.
No problem.
Right. So you would be in the ghettos. You would be in the slums. You would be in the reservations.
Right.
Cursed thou shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field, man.
Right.
Right?
Who's the people when they come to America? They say stay away from these people.
Right.
Come on, man. Who they got? They got a whole little blue. What is the video they showed that stay away from these people on this sign, man? Because they thugs. and
It
stuff.
says, talk about the curse be our cities and towns and whatnot. All right. That explains why every time that we try to establish ourselves here, we got destroyed. You know, they bombed the cities, they ran us out, they burned our towns down when it was thriving. That's why that curse is real, man. Rosewood, like I said, Wilmington, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Devil's Concord, the list goes on and on. You got the report of underground cities, and those underground cities are underwater cities, well, towns that Jake owns, that Esau has these Great Lakes in now, man.
Yeah, that's it. Right down the road, Lake Norman, Wilmington, various spots in Michigan. And, what is it called in Michigan? That big old lake.
Lake Erie.
Lake
Erie, Lake
Superior. This was Jake's town. The town where the people love to go run in New York, that damn Central Park. Central Park was Jake's community. This damn fucking park over here was Jake's community. Now they play soccer games and shit over there, man.
That's part of the curse, man.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 17. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
Yeah, your bag, man. Curse shall be your bag, basically, man. You're gonna be broke as hell. You're gonna barely make it. You barely paying the bills. Is that happening with the so-called Jew? He's born. Hey, the so-called Jew is born with a 900 credit score, bro. 950 probably.
What was the act? The Indian grabbed something with the land?
Yep, $5.
Yeah, took the land and shit. Yeah, took the land, took all the gas land and shit, man. Took a lot of these so-called black the Judites, they farm land over and there was over in the west, took their land as well,
Yeah,
man.
because they operate with our laws. So they know how to govern themselves and pass it on amongst their community. That's why they're born with credit score, because they're taught how to pretty much establish their children to pretty much, from the child, from the moment the child is born, they're already putting the child on their credit, and they're establishing their child's credit as they're growing. So by the time they hit 18, when they're able to go out on their own, they're already established, man. They ain't talking this shit. We're not talking about how to use credit,
Finances and shit. Saul Bragg, he said, I don't need you here. I just use credit. All of it's credit.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 18. Curse shalt thou, curse shall be the fruit of thy body.
Yep, your kids.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land.
Yeah, your work, your labor. Right? Because hey, like you were saying, man, Jake, even the Jakes that's so-called rich, they ain't really rich. Them niggas got crumbs compared to what these devils make, man.
Yep. They got him again.
Come on, man. You talking about multi-trillions, what's it called? Quintillionaires, man. Quadrillionaires, whatever how you pronounce that. Quintillion, man. That's over a trillion. So how does that even compare to a million, let alone billion?
Jay-Z,
Right?
Dr. Dre, Birdman, all these Diddy, all these niggas, they ain't rich.
That ain't shit, man.
And that's based off net worth.
These are niggas that own regions of the earth, man.
Yeah.
That own islands and shit, man. All right?
Your ass.
On you. Right.
They trade off your social security number on Wall Street.
Come on, man.
And all you gotta do is just look at the money itself. Whose face is on the money? It's not Jake's face on the money.
Right.
You can have as much money as you want to. At the end of the day, it still belongs to you.
Right.
Yeah,
They talking about putting a Harriet Tubman on the $20 jump.
Through.
Yeah, niggas talking about us build all black bills, black banks. You still gotta get the loan for some damn body.
Still gotta use Esau money.
The Lord said that you would be the tail and not the head. Because we don't have our own economic system. We don't own no banks. So you will have to go to the devil to get the loan. So that's straight up curses, man. Go ahead, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 19.
Curse is right there,
Yeah,
man.
I just said that.
Lord gave him an example.
Yeah. Curse shalt thou be when thou comest in.
Yeah, because when you born, you're issued a birth certificate.
Right.
Right?
You're born into an unpayable amount of debt.
Exactly.
Going into bondage. Scripture say you have buried your father's iniquity.
The moment
You're a
that your
slave to
mother,
the system.
Yep.
the moment your mother finds your birth certificate, you have become a slave to the system.
That's it.
Continue on. And curse shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Yeah.
You enter this world broke, you're gonna leave this world broke. That's why all the celebrities that were rich, so-called, when they died, they net worth for shit. Look at Kevin Samuels. How it's supposed to be a high value man. This nigga died with a couple thousand in his account, man. You know? DMX, Red Fox, Prince. They weren't as on as you thought, man. You know? That's the curse you done, man.
That's a sign.
And another part of how you come into this world curse too. They shoot you up with all them damn them jabs, man.
Yeah.
You know, which is dumbing you down and messing your body up.
Yeah.
You don't even get a chance to come into the world, you know, on point, man.
And then on top of that, the woman that's pregnant, she eating what? Bunch of GMOs,
Smoking,
Drinking, getting popped by another nigga. Who knows?
Yeah. The air's already fucked up, you know.
It's a thing called postpartum. So I forgot how it's worded. Pretty much, she can pass trauma on to the woman.
And the damn they're not breastfeeding the children, so they already just giving them the bullshit off the rip.
Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 20. The Lord Yahweh Shemel shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke.
Right, that's why niggas are always angry and stressed the fuck out. Cursing and mad all the goddamn time. That's part of the curses too.
Angry black man.
Catching hell. That's basically what the scripture is saying. You would catch hell in all forms of fashion. Read it again.
This is the book, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. The Lord shall send thee, it's like it shall send upon thee, cursing, vexation, and rebuke.
Come on, man. Go ahead.
In all that thou, it's like in all that thou settest thy hand unto do, or to do, until thou be destroyed.
Right, that's why nothing with Jake really prospers.
This bill
Right.
about 3 months.
Right, you got a damn, you open a damn restaurant, that shit lasts for about a few months.
Hire all your family, everybody's stealing and
Right,
shit.
right. The damn laundromat get closed down. Right?
Or you do some damn nigga shit that go wrong with the people in business with you.
Yep.
That shit is always something that brings it down, man.
Shit,
You never
Deion Sanders and what's the name? They're exposed to HBCUs, man. They're exposed how a lot of niggas be backdooring, man.
my own college, man. I used to go to St. Augustine up in Raleigh. The president, damn nigga woman, she was pocketing the money that the tuition was bringing in.
Yeah.
They found out they fired her ass.
Yeah, them HBCUs are the worst.
Yeah, what's Ed Reed was exposed, or what is it, Beth Cook or something like that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he exposed him. He was like, damn, dropped him. Like, look at this shit. Like, what the hell is all the damn money going into we sending here? Shit was horrible, bro.
My school was in the hood.
Them schools are fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Hey man, if Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is not on your side, everything that you individual Jakes do will come to naught.
Well, it's gonna come to naught. We're in Babylon.
Yeah.
Only thing that's gonna prosper here is the truth, man.
That's why the Lord said this place is not your rest.
Exactly.
So when you thinking that you're gonna come and build a kingdom and live it up, it's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah, so this should be an eye-opener for Sakari, IUIC, all you niggas trying to build a brand over here. That shit's gonna come to naught. There's
Exactly.
always gonna be something that's gonna come out that make that shit go under.
Right. Niggas act like they ain't under the curse, but they always find out in the end.
Yes, we're gonna see.
Go ahead, Doc.
Continuing on. And until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 21.
So tell us how the small hat is going through any of this.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
Right?
What are you
Period of
cursing?
time.
How are you cursing? Anyway, I'll wait.
Right, go ahead.
Real delicious. Verse 21.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh Shai shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee.
Yeah, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee. That's why, they always talk about the so-called black community as the most subjugated to disease and shit. You know more.
What's going on?
You know, yeah, because you're not keeping the dietary laws.
Yeah, that's what you got the
Heart
rats,
disease,
the roaches,
all that.
all that shit be in the hood, man.
Hey, I wanted to go back to when we were talking about the curse in the field, dealing with that, because they said that the black dog does not stay in the community for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a curse, because it's always getting funneled out to the heathen, mainly Amalek.
Yeah, let's go back right to the devil.
Because they doing what? Licking the wound.
That's why if they were ever to give Jake reparations, that would destroy our people even more than what we got now.
Go ahead, Doc.
You may go back to that, please.
No, I just want to make that point.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 21. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee.
Hey, Flocky, I'll keep bringing that back up. But Amalek's the one that brought it out. He told this Jake, he said, yo, you see this dollar right here? He said, you will never be able to get this dollar. And he thought he was trying to be racist. He was like, he broke it down like, look, as I said, the black dollar is not staying in the community for more than 5 minutes. So with that being known, this dollar that you see I'm holding, you will never get your hands on it. Because the money that we use, it stays amongst us.
Right.
Continue on. Until he have consumed thee from off the land,
Right.
whether thou goest to possess it. Verse 22.
Go ahead.
The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall smite thee with consumption, and with fever, and with inflammation,
Right.
and with extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou shalt perish.
Yeah, that's those various diseases and sickness, man, that so-called plague the black community, as they say, man.
High blood pressure, cholesterol, gout, cancer, diabetes.
Yep.
Man, the list goes on and on and
Heart
on and on.
disease, cancer, right? All that, man.
The woman, Appalachia.
Yeah, Appalachia.
Ain't got no hair.
Alopecia, some
Alopecia,
shit.
alopecia.
Something like that.
Got the bald spots and shit.
Yeah.
Got the Jada Pinkett.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse
So
23.
once again, how does Amalek fit that? Go ahead.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is above of thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
Yeah. You were gonna live a hard life,
Damn.
right?
Life for us,
A hard knock life, man. You was gonna struggle in everything, man. Right?
And Jake is really the real. And that's why they had to remake it that last time with making Annie and Jake. And who was that Warbucks? That was Edomite, which they based that character off of Jacob Rothschild.
That's right. These damn animal cranks ain't living no hard life.
Come on, man.
They living real good, man.
If they was living a hard life, why they got their own communities, their own banks, and their own houses?
Exactly. They own the world, man.
Yeah.
They living up there in them damn penthouses
They
and all
got
of
80
that, man.
communities and shit.
The fact that you can stage a false flag and then watch it go down, like when they had 9/11, they said they was in the building across, watching it go down. That shows you they in the power.
But they just did the same thing. They just staged another false flag with the banks, and they took all their money out, and everybody else, they let their shit get hit.
Hey, since you brought that up about the false flags, let me read this. All right, this is from Alan. This is from Alan Dershowitz, The Vanishing Jew. It says, in search of Jewish identity for the next century, right? This is what he said. He said, Jews need external troubles to stay Jewish. Many Jewish leaders, both religious and secular, have argued that Jews need enemies.
Hey, they thrive off trouble, man.
It says that without anti-Sem, Judaism cannot survive. Theodore Herzl, the founder of political Zionism and a secular Jew, believed that our enemies have made us one. It is only pressure that forces us back to the parent stem. Jews paradoxically need enemies in order to survive. That anti-Sem is what has kept Judaism alive.
They need somebody to blame.
This age-old perspective on Jewish survival. Alan Dershowitz.
It's like a disease. It needs a host or something to survive off.
That's Esau. Esau is the cancer of the earth.
That's
The
that
main,
point.
the main head of that cancer is the damn Amalek, man.
Right, you can't make this up.
This is from Maurice Samuel, taken from his book, You Gentiles, page 155.
That's right.
It says, we Jews are the destroyers and will remain the destroyers nothing you can do will meet our demands and needs.
Man.
We will forever destroy because we want a world of our own.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Showing you that that's
He's the
Cain.
destroyer.
Yeah.
The son of perdition.
Son of perdition. That's that same spirit coming back
And the
again.
Lord has given them the world. This is why they just constantly destroy because it's in their nature.
Exactly.
They don't have the ability to build
Right.
righteously.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 24. The Lord Yahweh shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Yeah, your land would be barren. You wouldn't be able to raise up crops. Right?
Look at the hood.
Exactly.
You can tell you in the hood. All the buildings
Right.
are worn down. It's a gun store, a liquor store, every corner.
Right.
You know,
Did this hang on
church.
the block.
Yeah, you got a church. You got
loose
3 different
animals.
churches on one block.
You got loose animals running around and shit.
Boarded up houses.
Right,
Damn
right.
You
line.
got glass and shit all in the street.
Uncut
niggas sitting on-
lines.
Yeah.
Piss all in the buildings
Yeah,
and shit.
niggas sitting on the stoop. You like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then like we always say, Martin Luther King Boulevard gives it away.
Yeah.
That's the worst place in the whole
Exactly.
city.
Yeah, they know.
Verse 25. The Lord Yahweh shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go.
Which was slavery, persecution. Think about the Jim Crow era, man. All right? Red line and all of that. Go ahead.
Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shalt be removed unto all kingdoms of the earth.
Yeah, the scattering of our people being destroyed. Let's read on.
Verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall pray them away.
Go ahead.
Verse 27, the Lord Yahweh will smite thee with botched of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with its. Therefore thou shalt canst not be healed.
Yeah, all them diseases and shit that Jake get over here in America, man. All right? Go ahead. Yeah, Jake, you messed up.
It's actually pop all down your foot.
Verse 28, the Lord shall smite thee with madness, and with blindness, and astonishment of heart.
Right, that's why niggas are out their mind. Niggas is bugged out. This is what we talked about in the lesson before camp. You know, what was the word? Not the degeneracy. I got the word, it's locked in. You know, deplorable.
Yeah, deplorable.
Yeah, the deploredness, that's the word. All right? Jake's condition is deplorable. Right? That goes back to the person. Go ahead.
You're gonna lose your mind. Lord said He smite our people with madness.
Right.
Our people were in all
Y'all the
types of
Israelites.
qualities.
Tribe of Issachar. So-called Mexicans, right? What's your nationality?
Mexico? Yeah, you're an Israelite.
You're an Israelite.
People of the book, that's your people.
You're the chosen people of God.
Princess.
Yeah, go ahead, Al.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, and with blindness, astonishment of heart.
Yep.
And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. Thou shalt not prosper in thy way.
Right, because look, Jake tries to come with all solutions to get out of this hell. Nothing was gonna work. You were gonna grope in blindness, man. Jake is always trying to look for a way to get out.
Yeah. But that's Jake's idea. I gotta get out the hood.
Yep.
I gotta get mama out the hood. Is that not what Jake say?
Yep.
This is why Jake get caught up in the rap game, get caught up in the dope game. We're trying to find a way out, man.
Yeah,
and then when they get out, they say I'm never going to fuck back.
But that goes into just anything.
Yep.
And Jake, just entertainment, that's few and beyond. But the majority of Jake, that just trying to get, thriving in business, period.
Yeah.
They think that's the way. And you see, that still ain't helping either, man.
And a lot of them that wind up getting rich and famous and all that, they get killed.
Yep.
Get killed like any other damn man.
They bug out.
Yeah.
Because in order to get rich in this society, you got to sell out.
Yep.
You got to do some type of homosexual act, right? You got to cast away your vows. You got to sell out to Satan. So getting rich and becoming becoming rich and famous in society comes with a price.
Which is why the scriptures tell you to labor not to be rich.
Yep, that's right.
Continue
The
on.
riches you should be laboring for is wisdom.
Yeah.
Which are the true riches. Go ahead, Al.
Continue on. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
See that?
And no man shall save you.
No man is going to save thee. No man is going to redeem you out of this condition. All right? It's not going to take building your own army. It's not going to take taking matters to the Supreme Court. It's not going to take building black banks, having a black governmental system. It's not going to take that, man. These are the curses. The only way out is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
That's
man.
right.
Unless except the Lord build the house and build in vain.
It's in vain, man.
Yeah, that show you that you damn small hats don't fit that. You had a man, Balfour Declaration was signed by men.
But at the end of the day, what truly shows you that you're not the people, because your people have solidarity.
Yep.
Y'all able to come together as one. Israel can't. All right? The only ones that are truly in solidarity is the elect, man.
Yep. Where's the hate laws for the blacks and Hispanics?
Right.
Yeah, you quick to sign an Asian bill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Asian
yeah,
bill,
yeah,
yeah. They'll get beat up.
anti-Semitic bill. Where's the anti-black bill?
Why is the so-called Negro the only Negro Latino Native American, the only nation that wasn't getting reparations for slavery? Every other nation got reparations except us. Man.
It's all by design.
Why are they still the only ones getting shot down by the police? All these other nations, they do shit, they don't get shot down. Showing that's the curses that's Cleveland and Jake, man.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Yeah, what happened during slavery? What happened during the what you call it? The conquest of the Spanish conquistadors. They came over here and raped, robbed, and murdered the Northern Kingdom tribes, and raped the wives, murdered the babies, raped the children. Right? Go ahead.
When did they ever?
Yeah. What did the small hats supposed to do that? Go ahead.
They came over here and said, yo, these people will make perfect for that.
Right.
Saying on. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
Yeah. Jake, you built up the communities for these Edomites. Your ass slept in the shed in the back, outside. All right. You didn't partake in any of the fruits of your labor. Right. Go ahead.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes.
Yeah, because Jake was the main source of agriculture. Jake was tilling the ground, putting the crops down.
Yeah.
You know, but he wasn't reaping the fruits from that. Like you said, now Jake's the main one doing all the goddamn construction.
Yeah, you see that in California? You think goddamn picking them oranges and shit out in them damn fields on California?
Coconuts climbing the trees and shit.
I said, we built this whole country up and don't got shit to show for it.
Yeah.
We should be rich. If this was a righteous nation, all right, we should have proof that we built up this whole world, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I may add, did a lot of welding, building ships and shit. Even me to this day, I don't have none of that to defend me.
Right.
You know, so everything that I put my hard earned, I never got a chance to actually have that benefit me somehow.
And it won't.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's all the better Esau's pocket.
That's right.
Even to go to war with for Esau's military. All right, you go and give your life for however many years. You come over here and the veterans get their whole people, man. And majority of the Edomites, but still you got Jake and take part in that too, man.
Yeah, Jake be working at a firm for what, 30, 20 years, and they shut that bitch down. He ain't got shit. He got nothing.
I ain't tell you, Tyrone, we gotta make the cut back.
Yeah, that's what they do. Tyrone been working there about 10 years, and now they're coming there. We're about to start laying people off.
Hey, it was that one Jake, I forgot what company he was working for. Nigga was there for like 20 plus years, but they just gave that nigga a Burger King gift card, bro.
Oh yeah, doing that recent.
Shit fucked up.
That was recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was recent.
A Burger King gift card, bro.
I don't think he never missed a day neither.
He never missed a day.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse
Right.
31. Thy ox shall be slain before thine eyes,
Right.
and thou shalt not eat thereof.
Yep.
Thy ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face,
Right.
and thou shalt not be restored to thee.
That's what happened. Hey, Esau got over into the Americas, he was murdering the cattle, poisoning the water, stealing the land. Right?
Right.
Read on.
Thy sheep shall be given unto thy enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thine eyes shall look and bear with long suffering for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
That's them slave auctions.
Yep.
So when has the 1948ers people's children been taken away and put into slavery? When did that happen to them? Right, stripped from their parents and never to be seen again.
Never.
Right?
That's right.
Like I said, you can say, well, that happened to us on the Holocaust, but y'all was there with your whole family.
Exactly.
And you said, what, Anne Frank? That wasn't real. Anne Frank wasn't even alive during the so-called Holocaust, man. That was a made-up story.
Go ahead.
There's so many holes in your logic,
Right,
man.
right. It ain't adding up. So they like, look, let's just get rid of the Bible and get rid of the internet.
As a matter of fact, my brother just did an article about that where they're trying to promote, I'll just say the transforming humanism crap going on in these schools.
Right.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to take away the Bible from out of the schools too, so they can't, you know.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. They got to do that.
yeah.
This is why, when you Jay Star was good thing, this is why they're taking down all them statues and them the white generals and all that because they want their history generations. They took it to please the poor, but really it was the how they tell, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Go ahead.
Verse 33.
We'll stop at 48.
Yes, sir. The fruit of thy land and thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away.
And that happened to the Northern Kingdom as well. All right? Columbus and them dirty ass Spaniards, all right, the so-called Europeans came over to the Americas. This is what they did to the so-called Puerto Rican, Native American, all right, so-called Mexican, all right? They raped, robbed, and pillaged the land. All right, read on.
Verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of the eyes of which thou see.
Exactly, go ahead.
Verse 35, the Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs.
Who's the nation that got
man.
the bad knees
Yo.
and legs and beat up ankles and feet and shit?
Hey, look at the NBA. The majority of injuries that happen in the NBA is knee injuries and back injuries, man. Derrick Rose. Football.
Yep. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 35, the Lord shall smite thee with the knees.
That's why you always hear Jake talk about his damn knees and back hurt.
Yeah, man.
That's
All
why
right.
Jay get mad when they gotta get up, man.
Them jumpers be.
Come on, man.
He be popping and shit. You every brother in the testimony, you know why you done heard pop,
I
pop.
say you, they got that jumpers,
Right.
man.
Yep.
Knee replacements, hip replacements,
Oh,
right? All that.
They got that humpback.
Yep. Go ahead, Doc.
With a sore butt that cannot be healed,
Yep.
from the sole of thy feet to the top of thy head.
Go ahead.
Those are really
Verse 36, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king,
Yep.
which thou shalt set over thee unto a nation which neither nor thy fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Idols.
Yeah, because hey, when Esau came over here to the Americas, man, our people didn't understand them. This is why they had to bring them Hebrew interpreters, but they didn't speak the same language that we spoke, over here in America, man. That's why even now, English, this English language, man, this shit is witchcraft, man. The spells being casted when you saying these words, man. You know?
Verse 37.
Yeah, they say that serve God's wood and stone, man. 'Cause what's two of the main strongholds that they get into is Christianity and Islam.
Verse I know, right? Yeah, I ain't much I am now.
He got relief and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yes, sir. Yes,
God
sir.
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
Till you get missing.
Yeah, that's true too.
Don't go be a parent.
It's a double-edged sword. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become a astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations.
Nigger.
Whether the Lord Yahweh Shai shall lead thee.
Nigger, wetback, African American, spit,
Jigaboo,
Right, right.
horse monkey. And the list
It goes on and on, man. We go on and on, man. little jokes.
Monkey.
You goddamn devils got, man.
Yeah,
Alligator bait. All this shit. Monkey is the heaviest one, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
they get on that. They damn Dragon Ball
Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed into the field, and shalt gather but little in. For the locust shall consume it.
Yeah, you will work. Basically, you will work hard on that job, and you wouldn't be making shit.
Yeah.
You get that paycheck, taxes, then rape your ass.
Yeah. Look at
Right?
Issachar. Issachar is a good example of that, man. Issachar worked hard as hell for goddamn for fucking $5 an hour.
Yep.
They fucking built a house up
Landscaping.
in a week, and goddamn gonna get paid shit for it.
Exactly.
Bro, they just built up a whole neighborhood, like within 2 or 3 months. It's like over 20 houses over there.
That goes in.
That shit's
They don't
crazy.
got nothing to show. That's why they was hiring Issachar at such a high rate, because they know they didn't have to pay them. But with Jake, with Judah, you gotta come off that. You gonna have to come off that back.
Judah gonna get some type of pushback.
Yeah.
You know, Issachar gonna work. He is hired. Go ahead.
Verse 39. Verse 39. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes,
That's right.
for the worms shall eat it. It's like they shall eat them.
Go ahead.
Verse 40. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coast, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with oil.
Yeah, you wouldn't partake in any of that. You wouldn't benefit of none of the fruits of your labors. Right? Go ahead.
For thine olive shall cast his fruit. Verse 41, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Slavery. They take your newborn baby and ship it to them England. You don't know what he is.
Yeah, Ruth.
Yeah.
But shit, you experience that still now.
Yep.
We're at the point to where, hey, parents don't get to enjoy their children. Shit, you at work all day, they at school. All the time you really see them is when they about to go to bed.
Yep. They raised the government raised them.
Yeah.
This is why these kids
You gotta enjoy your children, man. Like I said, and then Elder Watson, I was going into this last week. Hey, families don't even eat dinner together no more, man.
Nope.
You really don't know who you living with in the house, man.
That's true.
You don't know your wife, you don't know your children like that for real.
And that's a custom amongst Jake too.
Yeah, and that's why during the pandemic that was so heavy with the domestic violence and all that, because you really didn't know
Them secrets started coming out then.
I'm reading again. Thou shalt begot, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Right. So when has the 1948 or Smart Hat sons and daughters were taken and going into captivity?
Never.
When were they taken away as slaves?
Like once again, bringing up the Holocaust and Auschwitz, y'all were all together living one happy life over there, man. Taking family pictures together and shit. That never happened.
That shit was a fucking resort.
Bro,
They were living.
I'm gonna put it on camera. I got
They
the
were
picture.
living it
I'll
up, man.
screenshot that
Right.
shit.
See, we've seen the history. We studied, man. All right, the elect are not gonna be deceived. The story don't add up, man.
They got suits on and shit.
Come on, man. Smiling in the pictures,
in the camera.
but that's supposed to be a death camp.
Yeah, ain't nobody rounded up like this or nothing. You got Jake like this shackled up. Like they ain't no damn small hats shackled up over there, man.
Go ahead, read on.
Verse Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 42. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. Verse 34. The stranger that is within thee shall get thee up very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Right, the strangers going into what? The heathen nations, man. They come over here to the Americas and they get loans. They build up businesses in your neighborhood, right? And they thrive while you sit back and be oppressed.
Right.
You got to go to them to the damn. They own the liquor stores, the gas stations, the nail salons, all that shit. All them places that you got to go to. Them heathen own that, man.
Even your barbershop probably paying rent to it.
Come on, man.
No, they are.
And
you gotta
co-
pay the damn block for the
and you
building.
come up in there, they talking shit about you in their own language. They said, read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee
Yup.
shall get up very high,
These strangers, these heathen, were going to get up very high above you. Go ahead.
and thou shalt come down very low.
And you should come down very low. You would be at the bottom. Scriptures say that you would be the tail and not the head. Go ahead. So how does that apply to the 48ers? How does that make it make sense, man?
That's right.
Right?
You have
So-
all the businesses, man.
Show me the Israelites that's way up here some damn where, and you damn Amalekites way down there, man.
You Amalekites, you own the Federal Reserve. Make
Right.
it make sense.
Make
man.
it make sense. Go
Right.
ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these, you know what? No. Verse 44. They shall lead thee, it's like it. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lead to thee, lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
See that? He shall lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. And who the loans coming from? You niggas ain't owning no banks. You can't give out no loans,
Quicket loans.
right? You got to go to the heathen to get them loans, right? And then you gonna pay them loans back with hella interest, which is gonna enable you to be in debt forever. Your credit score is 350. You through. You may not even get a loan.
250.
You gotta put me out.
A lot of Jays don't even got credit, bro.
God
They
damn.
just through.
They just out here.
You inherited your mama's bad credit, man.
Yeah, because when you were young, her credit was fucked up, so she used you.
Yeah.
Put your name on the power
And,
bill.
and fucked you all up.
You came in the game already messed up.
Nigga had 2 light bills, overpass dues,
Right.
and some Sprint bills.
Right.
You got your name on the
You
rent.
ain't getting no tax income check or nothing, man. You finished. Right? Go ahead, Op.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Right, so how does this apply to the 48ers? Y'all gotta answer that question, man.
Yeah.
How do they fit these curses, man? Explain that.
I'll wait.
We'll wait.
We'll wait on it.
We'll be here till tomorrow.
Vocab will never touch this.
We'll be skelton about time.
Yeah, we've been here to the Lord.
Right, we'll take a break and come back.
Yeah. Saturday.
Yeah, right.
What's the other guy named? Michael Brown or the other Dr. Brown?
We'll never, ever, ever go into this.
Right.
We're
Okay.
gonna dodge it, deflect it, and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, but ain't never gonna go into
We ain't
that.
never gonna touch on this.
I was gonna
Never.
say, the reason
Never.
when this was brought out, these devils play semantics and they deflect.
Yeah.
Trying to, go into these different straw man arguments that don't got to do with the question.
Right.
Jesus saves. That's
Yeah.
all they gonna say.
Right. Go ahead, Op. We almost there.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 44, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee,
Overtake thee
till thou be
till
destroyed.
thou be destroyed. Look at our people, man. Read on.
Because thou hearkenest not to the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and statutes which he command thee.
Yeah, read on.
Verse 45. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever.
So these curses shall be upon our people for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Meaning unto this very day. All right. So tell me how the so-called Jew is going through any of this. Right. Deliciously.
Yeah, real.
Right.
You're not cursed if you own everything.
Right.
You own everything. Everything means everything has been given to you. That's why the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They own everything, man. And they own tongue condemning themselves. This is why the elder brought out numerous accounts how their own tongue was condemning their damn self, man.
In your so-called Jewish encyclopedia.
Yeah,
All right.
That was tough by itself.
Come on, man.
Modern day jewelry is Edom.
that's
You
right.
can't get around it.
You can't get around it. You do not fit the scripture. You fit the wicked. You are Esau Edom.
That's it.
The Negro Latino Native Americans are the seed of Jacob, which goes back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel.
Right.
And you are our enemy. This is why the Lord is coming for you, man. And there's nothing you can do about it, Esau.
Hey, you so-called white people need to embrace your heritage.
Embrace the Edomite culture, man.
Take it in.
Take it in.
This is your nationality. This is who you are.
And little by little, we're starting to see that though. People putting videos on social media. I'm Edom right now.
Yeah, just accept it, man.
Yeah, just accept it,
Just
man.
accept it. And once you accept it, the more you can come to the conclusion that you're going to be destroyed.
Yeah, and going to hardcore
Hey,
slavery.
look, like Eddie Griffin said, say, yo, when I own you, I'm gonna be good to you. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna clothe you. I think you gotta go out there in that field and burn, baby.
Right.
We'll raise you back up.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because it's gonna be a lot of death just off the anger of Jake.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need spiritual power to bring him back.
But Esau do that shit. Hey, Esau, when they used to beat on Jake, they beat on you till you die. And they just like
Replace you with another person.
Yeah, I forgot what the word was that they used to bring out. But they pretty much, you see, you can do whatever you want with your property.
Right.
Damage your property and it's dying.
That's it.
It's a write-off.
They showed you that 12 years a slave. Old Jake worked to death. He just collapsed in the middle of the field, and Jake had to come in and drag the body off, and they replaced him.
Yep. Even with the little the Django fights and shit, man.
In West Virginia, they had Jake digging coal out of mines, and it was like forced labor. And when one Jake would die, they would literally just bury that Jake and just keep going.
Where is that?
Keep going.
It's like it's one picture that they look up where it's a Jake that's sitting on the porch, and there's a pair of hands at the front. He's just looking at it. Where pretty much it was his son, Mr. Quota, for the cot, and they cut his son's hands off and they gave it to the father.
They showed you that, what was that?
Pay for that.
That slave movie with Will Smith just played Emancipation. Yeah, when they showed that with the war, them Jacks was dying, they were just dragging their ass, that hole, throwing their ass right in there, and going back to work.
Exactly.
I don't give a damn about you, man.
You gonna pay, man?
Finish out the 48.
You gotta drink that cup, man.
Because we could read the whole chapter, but I mean, the points was made from them verses there.
Yeah.
All right? Where does Amalek fit in there? How is he oppressed? How has his children went into slavery, captivity? Right? How is he at the bottom? Okay?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, and for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So we're going to serve our enemies in the want of all things. That's literally. Go ahead.
And
Literally, you gotta go to Amalek for everything.
Yeah, they own all the businesses,
Everything.
man.
Literally, anything you can think about, you gotta go to him.
They
for.
own the raiment. They own the clothes, the food
herbs,
stores, the herbs. All right, the land. They own it all. So we would have to go to our enemy in the want of all things for hunger and nakedness and thirst. Right?
You gotta go to this nigga for water when the earth is 70% water.
Come on, man.
It's wood everywhere out here. But if you cut down a tree without a permit, you go to jail.
Come on, man.
You collect rainwater, you go to jail.
Come on.
You can't even grow your own home garden without being persecuted. Farmland, you gotta pay.
You can't
This
discipline
nigga-
your own kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause your kids, the kids ain't yours.
Property of the
You think.
I'll read verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Right.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies,
That's right.
which the Lord Yahweh Shemashai shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Now, so when has the so-called Jew, when has he had a yoke of iron upon his neck?
Never.
Never.
When has he been shackled into slavery and scattered throughout the earth?
Never.
Never, man.
The case in point, all you have to do is type in yoke of iron on Google. I was saying this so everybody knows. Type in yoke of iron on Google, and all you're gonna see is so-called Negroes with chains on them. Esau's he's not fitting that.
Right,
Look,
exactly.
as soon as I put
Exactly.
that in, it said Deuteronomy 28:48 came up.
Right. See?
I just put yoke of iron slavery.
No, I didn't put that. I just put yoke of iron, and Deuteronomy 28 came up, and there's pictures of Jake and chains, man.
Right. So there's no way around it. Bottom line.
It's too much.
We are the people of the book, all right? You Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Hispanics, all right?
He said, you are not him. You know, Jake, that's what you're saying for Jake now. Hey, I'm him. You ain't him, man.
You ain't him.
So Esau cut the bullshit.
Cut it out, man.
Cut it out.
Stop.
Right? Go ahead and cut the internet.
Yeah.
Come up with your hate speech laws to keep to stop us from teaching the scriptures. Go ahead and do what you got to do, man.
Come on with it, E.
Come with it.
All right, because the Lord, once you come with it, the Lord gonna come with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Man.
It's a wrap, man.
So do what you gonna do, cuz.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
So that's it. So hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. This camp was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory.
To
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom. From Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Abba, Abba.
Abba.
That's right.